racketeering, sex trafficking. He was basically convicted
of transporting for prostitution.
Yeah, having a prostitute. My God, if he was in Nevada in certain areas, he wouldn't have even been in trouble for that. I feel bad that I actually thought this guy was guilty as hell based on that one video. Now,
well, he's scum based on that one video, Mark. He's scum. I wonder how this will affect his whole career going forward. He gives me the ick factor.
How come they didn't go after him? For the life of me, for that. Why didn't they go after him for the DV, the domestic violence?
Was it maybe out of the statute of limitations?
Or maybe that wasn't a federal crime, because this was all federal.
It wasn't a federal crime.
So I'm at a loss. Yeah. Listen, there's no doubt he's a wife beater. I think that was his wife. Or a woman beater. You can look at it any way you want. But my God.
It's disgusting anyway, Mark.
It is, but I still feel bad. I really feel bad. I was hoodwinked into thinking this guy was the mafioso. They went after him with RICO charges. They went after him like he was Trump.
Mark, if anybody deserves to end up in alligator Alcatraz, it's this douchebag. It looks like he's going to walk.
This guy's not going to Alcatraz. Alligator Alcatraz.
Alligator Alcatraz.
The lesser charge has a term up to 10 years.
Yeah, it'll be shocking if he gets 10 years for that.
It'll be interesting if the judge does the opposite of jury nullification. The judge says, look, I know this guy was guilty. I'm going to give him the max.
Doc, I thought yesterday when the jury came back to the judge, well, actually, go back to last week, they said one juror simply can't follow the instructions. I had it backwards. I thought the one juror was the holdout saying he was innocent. It looks like that was completely backwards. It was the one person saying he was guilty. I mean, it's just amazing to me. I digress. That's not what we're here to talk about, but I'm shocked.
One thing, Mark, with any of these cases that you see on TV, whether it's
any of them,
unless you're in the courtroom,
you don't know
all the evidence. You don't really have a right to make a decision.
Doc, that's even wrong to a degree. And the only reason I say that is I watched OJ every single day on TV, and there was no way in the world I ever thought that guy would be not guilty. Ever. And I watched every day of it. Every day.
Well, but that was the only example, really, of jury nullification.
Now,
the rest of the time, these TV jurors, you need to be in the courtroom to see all of the evidence.
Now, one more thing. I just want your all's opinion. Suzanne.
Sure.
How about this guy that killed the 4 college students? What is it, Idaho? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Brian Kohlberg.
What about him? What about them cutting a deal? I've heard both sides of the argument. Here's the bottom line. If I was a taxpayer in that state, I guess I like what they did, kind of. If I was a parent, or even just if I wasn't directly affected, but I was a parent of a kid even in that college, I'd want to see this guy fry.
Yep, you sure would. I'm with Nancy Grace. I was listening to her this morning about it. They seem like they wussed out and didn't have a spine.
Hey, Tammy, what's going on with you? Tammy.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Tammy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Basically, I have a situation where I had a slum contractor to do some work for me after a house fire. Come to court for some of the minor things that I knew that was not right, and I ended up winning my judgment, but it seemed like it's been 2 years and I cannot get my money. It's just like they keep wanting me to go through the runaround to pay more money to try to find this person. He's a legit businessman, been in business for over 50 years.
Hey, Tammy, I'm going to say this for a lot of people listening, so kind of understand it. When you got a judgment, was it a default judgment? Was it small claims court? What court was it in? And it looks like you're calling from Georgia.
Yes, I took the small claim court.
Perfect. And I love it. I love what you did. In fact, I commend you. A lot of people are told to do it, say they're going to do it, but never did it. You actually went through. Was it a default judgment?
What you mean by default?
Did he show up to court?
Yes, he did.
Excellent. And then you won and you got a judgment. Now, you forgot to do something, probably because you didn't know at the time. In Georgia, and I'm not an attorney in Georgia, nor am I an attorney in Colorado, but I want to tell you this. in Georgia, to my best understanding, unlike Colorado, when you file a small claims court, you can actually serve him what's called interrogatories at the same time, up to 50 questions that he has to fill out before court. What assets do you have? What bank accounts? What property do you own? And he was supposed to fill those out, but my guess is you didn't give those to him. Is that correct?
That's correct. I was not aware of that. If I was aware of that, then I would have.
I know
in the state of Georgia, they wanted just say after we filed after so many days, 30 days, he don't pay, then they want you to pay $50 and try to do what you call a lien on his property.
Yep, and that's where you're at. That's where you're at. You're going to have to cough up that $50 and get a lien put on his property. But the other thing you should do you know where this guy is now?
Yes, I know where he lives and everything.
You should be able to serve him right now with interrogatories. You might have to call up the court clerk and go, what is a list of interrogatories I can do in small claims? They should help you, or at least point you to a form, and ask him where, and ask him. And listen, in Colorado, I'm not sure about Georgia, but he's got 30 days to deliver those back to the court. If he doesn't deliver back to the court the answers to those questions, and all you're going to do is ask him where the money is. What property do you own? What bank accounts do you have? What stuff do you have? Basically, that's what you're asking him. If he doesn't fill those out within 30 days, once again, I'm not sure about Georgia, but in most states, then the court can hold him in contempt. When he's in contempt of court, they can put a bench warrant out on his ass, and then if he gets pulled over for speeding or anything, they will arrest him on the amount that is owed to you.
How much is owed?
Okay.
Yeah, how much is owed?
He only owed me $1,500.
You know what? Let's try it. Hold on. Hey, Kelly, get the information from her. I want to get this guy on. She's got a judgment. She's already gone to court. She's already done her due diligence. Let's see if this bum who hasn't paid up for 2 years wants to face some music. Let's try to get his ass on. That and a lot more coming up.
I wonder if in Georgia if she can walk in and start taking.
What's up, Joe?
Oh, not too much.
Well, in Georgia, like she said, she can file a lien on the property. Then she can start getting interest. She might not get paid for a long time, but she'll get something.
But in Colorado, can't you, if you have a judgment, can't you?
Sheridan Auto Tech, Uncle Kevin, oh, how I love thee. If you have a car, any car, Toyota, Hyundai, I don't care what it is, he can fix it. He can put an engine in it, an alternator, brake pads, do an alignment, oil change, you name it, Kevin can do it, and he can do it cheaper than the dealerships with a better warranty. Yup, I said it, a better warranty. Sheridan Auto Tech has a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty. Check them out at SheridanAutotech.com. I've known Kevin personally 15, 20 years. SheridanAutotech.com. Let's talk about Denver Regen. I've lost close to 40 pounds in 6 months. 40 pounds in 6 months. 40 pounds in 6 months. I'm trying to drill that through your head, and it costs me less than $300 a month. I don't think of food, and I'm not hungry. It's like cheating. I want you to check them out, denverregen.com. Go to denverregen.com, call up, that's all in, the doctors, the medication, everything under $300, denverregen.com. Vestera Investments, you want to be a landlord and you have no idea what the hell you're doing? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You call up Barry Miller. He's going to find the right property for you to purchase somewhere in the country, an up-and-coming property, an up-and-coming town, meaning that house is going to appreciate quick. You buy it, he gets it rented out, he gets a great management company in there, and then when it appreciates, you sell it and put the big bucks in. We have listeners making over 40% a year with this guy. Check him out, VesteraTurnkey.com.
So let me know if you need anything.
Thank you so much.
What is shaking, Joe?
I tell you what, juicing.
Don't you love it?
Oh,
She
love
juices
it.
constantly.
Oh, I do daily.
Now,
Daily.
she sent me something that she said she
couldn't
wasn't.
send you.
She needs to send it to you, though.
What?
I couldn't even read it.
How long do
Mark,
you?
I can't believe you're telling me.
How long do you think a fish suffers
Oh, my God.
when you pull it out of the water?
You know what?
It's a true scientific thing.
Okay. I don't want to.
It is the saddest thing I've ever read. I was in tears.
That's fake.
That's in
fake
tears.
News, okay?
Send him it.
I am not sitting in that.
Send it.
Don't.
I don't. I've got to keep my conscience clear, Joe.
That's right.
They said the only thing worse than that would be burying a human alive.
Oh my God! Jeez. Oh my Lord.
It's all right.
No, but I love. Did you get turmeric root? You know, King Supers even sells turmeric root in their vegetables.
I think I'm going to do that. I haven't done it yet.
Try to get that bum on, Kelly.
I get the carrots with the tops.
Oh, you do? Do you put the tops in the
Yes, definitely. That's where all the vitamins are, they say. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. He bought a big watermelon and didn't eat it all, so I've been putting a little bit of the watermelon.
Oh, that's
in
good.
so
Yeah. I love watermelon.
And that's just refreshing.
I love watermelon.
It's got a lot less sugar than I thought.
I love
Watermelon's
watermelon.
very low.
Yeah.
I love it.
You should see our driveway. It looks so good.
What'd you do to it? Pave it?
We extended it and replaced a big chunk of it, but we made it bigger and wider.
We didn't know you had to wet cure it by hosing it down with
Did you know
water
that?
for 20 minutes.
Oh, my Lord,
3
really?
times a day.
Really?
Is it concrete? It's concrete then, right?
Yeah.
Concrete
Yeah.
has to be water cured.
Yeah, we did not know that.
I just assumed.
Water
it was-
cured, that's what you call it.
Yeah, I thought yours was asphalt for some reason.
No.
What's the cost difference between asphalt and concrete?
Fuckload.
What?
Huge. Yeah.
Literally, when I got one said fuckload, one didn't.
Once. I always thought of like a paved stone driveway, cobblestone driveway.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Oh, that'd be
That's
nice.
expensive too.
That would be nice.
I was offered a free source.
We were
marble.
on one of our RV trips last year or the year before, and we went to a town somewhere on the East Coast, probably down by Hilton Head. But the entire town, the streets and everything were cobblestone.
Yeah.
It was so gorgeous.
I love it. I do. Yeah.
Italy was that way too, like Venice.
Italy was a
And
trip.
Mexico's the same way.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
I love
that.
Yeah.
I have a free source of marble slabs for the rest of my life. If
Why?
I can use it. The government, the military cemetery called me to see if I can recycle their marble gravestones because they replace them on occasion.
Oh.
So, and they're only etched on one side. So I was going to cut off the dome part,
Right.
and make them into rectangular slabs. And when I build my cottage, my driveway, my walkway, everything will be
That'd be
marble. beautiful.
You should do it with the sides up, with the people's names on
It's
it.
a little disrespectful to walk
Oh,
on
that's
them.
true. Then
So
you're driving on them.
Yes, I'm just going to put them upside down.
Yes. That's much more respectful. All right, 303-713-8255. Kelly's trying to get that guy on. Hey, Tammy, I'm going to see if we can't get through to him. I might have our listeners call up, too, because this is ridiculous. But the one thing I do want you to pursue, I mean, that $50, you should spend the $50. You got a $1,500 judgment. Get the lien, but get those interrogatories filled out and serve them with those as well. Because, once again, if he doesn't fill those out for the court, and I believe it's within 30 days in Georgia, they will put a warrant out for his arrest. You get it?
Yes, yes.
Now, hold on. I'm trying to get this guy on. What's his name, by the way?
His name is Randolph Hines.
Randolph Hines. And what did he do for you?
Basically, like I said, I had a house fire, and everything else he did was good, but he knew he could not lay the tile in my kitchen, and some of my ceiling that he did not fix, where you could still see the lines where it should have been with a fire. I guess you use some kind of fireproof stuff before you put the coating over it, and it bleeded through. And I wanted him to correct the mistake. I didn't even want to take him to court. I just wanted him to come and fix the situation, and he wouldn't fix it.
Why do you think he wouldn't fix it?
$200.
What, he just moved on to the next job, or what do you think? Why do you think he didn't fix it?
He also had a house fire as well. But you have so many people that work for you, you should have fixed it, because he was like, that was his first time. He didn't know he'll give me $250. Like, I wasn't taking that. I wanted all my vinyl replaced so I could pay the people that. to come out to do it right.
You know
And I
what? You're
just wanted the money back.
feisty. You brought this dirtbag to court, and I'll say that right now. If you got a judgment, he hasn't paid it in 2 years plus. In my opinion, the guy's a total dirtbag. Kelly's trying to get him to come on. Kelly, tell that dirtbag to come on. I want to know why he doesn't pay Tammy this Randolph Hines. Hold on, Tammy. We're going to keep digging into this. And you know what I want to do? I want to put someone on to help her with interrogatories. I mean, Dee, will you do that? Will you give her some advice? Do a little research on Georgia.
Well, I'll do a little research on Georgia, but I can tell you that this time last year, I had personal experience with serving interrogatories on somebody who decided not to pay a judgment that I got against them.
Nice.
And I went through the entire process, and it did result in a bench warrant with a cash-only bond.
Yep.
And once I mailed a copy of that to the defendant, I got a call within a day or two from their CFO asking me where they'd like me to FedEx the check.
We had one, Jay Lopez, this SOB. This SOB robbed people in every county around Colorado, would take thousands of dollars down, thousands, to do driveways and patios and sidewalks, cement. And this SOB didn't do anything, never showed up and would hop county to county. None of the DAs would do anything. Finally, I helped one person get a judgment. Then we served interrogatories. Then we got the bench warrant. He was picked up in Douglas County for some kind of criminal mischief. And Denver literally came down, picked him up after a little coercion from me on the air, came down, picked him up in the can down in Douglas, brought him to Denver, and held him on a cash bond till he paid.
That's pretty impressive, Mark.
Damn. I'm sick and tired of scumbags. I mean, really, I am. Hey, Kelly, did this clown want to come on? Where are we at with this guy? I'm going to go to the next call. You guys just hold on. And we're going to put Deputy D on that one. She's going to help. This one sounds a little wild. What's going on with Verizon, Brenda?
Well, if I lose you, it's because Verizon's disconnected.
Okay, fair enough.
Listening. So I'll start at the beginning, Mark. My father, elderly, 90 years old, gets an iPad from Verizon.
Yeah.
Like 2 months ago. Calls them and goes, I never ordered an iPad. They go, oh, okay. And they send him a box and said, return it. He did. Then he gets a bill 2 weeks later for 3 iPads.
For 3, yeah. Someone got into his account. Did the iPads, hold on, Brenda, did the other ones ever show up at his house or anybody's address on the account, or he never saw them?
No.
Yeah, this happens.
No.
This happens all the time. So what happened? Let me ask you this.
I called the fraud department.
Well, hold on, though. Did they acknowledge they got the first one back, Brenda?
Yes.
Excellent. Go ahead with the other two.
They found the other ones.
Where were they?
I have no idea. They said they've been searching in the warehouse. They found them.
Okay, great.
It took me, by the way, this first part took me about 8 hours with the phone calls being transferred from person to person who doesn't know what they're doing. They transferred me to the fraud department, then the billing department. Then then they said they got it worked out. They found them. The next day, he gets an email saying, you've got 24 hours to pay this bill or we're going to disconnect your service. Spent another hour and 20 minutes being transferred to 4 people, repeating my story 4 times. And they said, no, that was an AI generated thing. They weren't going to do it.
So where are we at right now?
Well, they've disconnected him twice. I have spent more than 12 hours on the phone with them.
Bless you.
Being transferred from person to person to person.
I know, it's
horrible.
horrible.
My father's a 90-year-old man with the phone connected to his watch.
Yeah.
That if he falls.
I got you.
I fall and I can't get up there.
Yeah.
And the
so the problem right now, what is the problem right now? His phone needs to be turned back on.
Another email yesterday harassing him, threatening to disconnect because of a back payment. Now they're saying $40.
But the back payment's all due to the iPads.
I think so. They can't answer me. They cannot.
Suzanne, do we have an angel over at Verizon?
Most positive we do.
Okay, listen, here's what we're going to do, Brenda. We just got to get Suzanne all the information. We're going to reach out to someone that can make a difference. I'll tell you, these companies, it's not just Verizon, it's all of them. Any company that does over like $10 million a year, they've all come up with a new gimmick, and I love the new gimmick. we're just going to pass you around to different people or never let you talk to a human until you decide to give up. That's really their business model when it comes to complaints.
Hey, Tammy, this is Deputy D, and it sounds like your dad is...
An elderly man from his phone is life-threatening.
It's insane. I know, but thank God for the angels.
That's the topic I want to address first. You need to go open a different phone account for him at T-Mobile or AT&T or someplace else.
Well, that's what I think we're going to do next.
You need to do that right now. And then let his account remain closed. And if they come after him, let's say they try to sue him, first of all, he's uncollectible, but you'll have your day in court and you'll explain, hey, we didn't order these
It'll
things.
never come to that because we're going to reach out to the angels. Suzanne, how long do they generally take at Verizon?
They're pretty quick. I just need Brenda to email me some stuff. So, Kelly, if you can give her my email and we can get that going.
Yeah, Brenda, get it right out, then I expect a call back saying thank you, Suzanne. Got it?
Definitely. Well, I'll see her in person. I'll thank her. I work there, so.
Where do you work?
I told you that.
I work at KOA.
Oh, that's why. I was going to say your voice sounds familiar.
Well.
Excellent. Brenda, we got your back. We got you handled.
All right. Thank you. And I will send Suzanne or Kelly all the information.
Excellent. Hold on. Kelly will tell you where to send it. 303-713-8255. Craig Gary. What happened, Kelly? What happened with this bum? What happened with this Randolph Hines? Did we get in touch with him? What does that mean? Okay.
Second sentence.
Yeah.
But as soon as I mentioned her name, he hung up on me.
So he hung up on you. What number did you call? Was it Randolph? Do we know that?
Yes. It's
what number?
Randolph Hines.
Hines?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Correct.
I assume he's not part of the ketchup company since he's ripping people off for $1,500.
I did leave him a message. Now he just has a service that kind of takes...
That's fine. What is it?
Answer. Okay. It's 229...
229...
288...
288...
0913.
0913. Folks, give this guy a call. Ask him. Be nice. We always say this. You got to be nice. That's how we get things done. Go, hey, you know Tammy, right? The lady you owe $1,500 to that has a judgment on your ass for the last 2 years. Do you remember her? Apparently you do because you hung up on us when we called. So here's what I want you to do. Be nice. YouTubers, be nice. Listeners, be nice. And I don't care when you call them. And we do this as a public service. You know that. This is a public service. We want Randolph Hines to understand that his name is getting out there as someone that lost in court, has a judgment against him, but doesn't want to pay the money. 229-288-0913. Tell him you heard about it on the radio. 229-288-0913. I would appreciate that. Tammy, I want you to follow up. I'm going to have Deputy D reach out to you and help you with the interrogatories and some other stuff, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to try to get this guy. We'll see if he comes on the air with us and try to get you paid. It's a bunch of BS, though. I appreciate you calling. You got it?
Yes, sir. And like I say, I paid him $10,000. I only want $1,500 back.
I get it. I think you're being fair as it gets. Go ahead,
Tammy,
D.
what county are you in?
Yeah, what county?
I'm in Doherty County.
Okay, I'll take a look at their procedures.
Excellent. Hold tight. We're going to get back to you with what we figure out off air, and hopefully we can get this guy with all our listeners all over, calling him up. Maybe he'll decide to come on. Randolph, this one's for you. Listen, man, we just want to get her paid. You had your day in court. You lost. It's time to pay the piper. Kelly, send D all the info on Tammy.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
K&H?
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Story. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of how Teddy Roosevelt fought against anti-Semitism. You won't want to miss the next episode. Our American Story.
For windows, siding, doors, and more, K&H has what you're looking for. In fact, they have since 1956. If you're looking for any of those products, you're crazy not to put them on the list. You're going to love dealing with K&H. You're going to love their pricing, and you're going to love their products. In fact, they have Alpen high-performance windows now, super insulating, thermally efficient. You're going to love this company, and you're going to love their products. KHWindows.com. Get them on the list. Siding, doors, windows, KHWindows.com. Okay. Now I can get a breath. I am so freaking, I cannot believe.
Man, you got a lot of energy. Must be those pounds that you lost.
It must be the pounds.
The pounds he lost, the yoga he's doing.
You doing yoga too now?
I do yoga.
He's been doing yoga a long time.
Oh, that's great.
I got like 600 plus classes in. They call me a yogi.
No kidding.
Yeah, I refuse to eat fish though because I don't like the way they suffer.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
Did you know fish suffer that bad?
Oh, they don't.
How long do they suffer supposedly?
Oh, my God.
22 minutes.
Oh God.
Send them the article.
I am not. No, Joe is the
look at all the
sweetest, most compassionate person
That's
I
right.
know.
Except for when it comes to fish.
I'm going to become a vegetarian.
There you go. Then, well, I heard lettuce.
Then you're going to say
when
lettuce
you
will
pluck
cry.
lettuce.
I know.
You ever cut a pumpkin off the vine?
Lettuce has feelings?
No.
Oh, lettuce has lots of feelings.
Really?
Yeah. When I was in practice on my psych rotation, we saw heads of lettuce coming all the time with depression. With schizophrenia. It was terrible.
Oh, my Lord.
Let's see here. 4th of July.
How about plant-based? Plant-based food.
The problem with the fake burgers and stuff, you look
they're
at the
good.
fat content. Yeah, but I mean, they're not good for you. They probably taste good, though, don't they?
Oh, they do.
I think they're getting better and better health-wise and everything.
My favorite, though, is squirrel.
Oh, my God.
I love squirrel.
Right.
Take him.
I can't
There
believe
is
it.
nothing like a deep-fried squirrel.
You love squirrels, don't you?
What about squirrel pie? Haven't you had that too?
I love squirrel pie.
Pie is the best.
The little baby squirrels running around on the trees this time of year.
Tail is longer than the body at that age.
Squirrel pot pie, Doc. Love squirrel pot pie.
My best.
You are so
With a little mozzarella on it.
Oh, even better.
Can't beat it.
Little dipping sauce, yeah. Little marinara.
I can't take him anywhere.
I'm not kidding you.
Goodness.
What is this? We hope you're in the guest. If you have not yet the opportunity to share your feedback. Oh, that's for the Coldplay. For Gary, line 2. What is this stuff?
Okay, remember, just so you know, the guy last week, I found his will. The stepmom left him out.
Oh, yeah.
He has some follow-up questions after, mulling this over for the last week. So he's on line 2.
Let's try to get, before I even go to him, I want to get the attorney on then.
Okay,
we couldn't get him on last
Let me
week.
text Dan.
But send this stuff to Dan.
Okay, I texted him.
Did he?
He got off.
He pretty much got off everything but a couple
Unbelievable.
prostitution
He's so
charges.
ick.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it.
Okay, I'll have Kelly call you.
We were
Here
saying
is-
some of these fancy cruise ships, you could get the Diddy cabin while you're going to Epstein's Island up on the cruise ship.
That's very cool. Oh,
I'm sure the Clintons will be there.
God.
Are you staying the whole time?
No, I think Jordan should be here.
You guys are tag teaming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Dude, we got a trip from hell coming up. We leave around 1 o'clock Friday, We land in Georgia pretty late at night. We get up very early in the morning, drive a couple hours to Macon, Georgia? Somewhere. Barnesville. Then we're there for like 5-6 hours, kind of a picnic. It's her mom's family, kind of reunion.
Oh, very cool.
Then we got to get back to the hotel to drop the car off. Then we're back at the airport like at 5 or 4 in the morning.
Kind of a vacation.
Then we land back at DIA. We never leave DIA, and we hop on a puddle jumper to fly into Chadron for Miles Close. All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, Joe Chiano joins us. We're going to be talking to him about retirement. Him and I do a show on Sundays. It's on Sundays, right? We pre-record it, but it's on Sundays. And we'll record them throughout the week, and we do that every weekend. And it's very important if you've been thinking about retirement, getting closer to it, or if you just started thinking about it, you got to diversify. There's lots of ways to do that, and we're going to take a kind of a deep dive into that. But what do we got cooking here? I'm going to go to Craig. He's been holding the longest, it looks like. And then Gary, hold tight. We're going to get an attorney on to look at that will. That one with Gary was crazy. In fact, I think I was doing the show when he called in.
Yeah, last week.
And he basically couldn't figure out. He thought he was in the will. His dad told him he was in the will. He thought he was getting half of the house and some cash. And Suzanne actually found the will. What ultimately happened was Gary's dad passed. All the money went to stepmom. Stepmom basically did not follow the wishes of Gary's father and gave everything to her kids and filed the will. We found this out because Suzanne found the will that it was filed by the county where was that, Suzanne?
That was, Mark, I forget the state now.
Yeah, it was like in Illinois or wherever it was. But the bottom line was he got aced out of the will altogether. But he's got, where was it, Ohio? Mm-hmm. He's got some follow-up questions. I want to get one of our attorneys on. That's what's cool about this show. We have so many people that help us out at referralist.com. But meantime, Craig, what's going on with this auto body shop?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing great. So listen, I have a classic, Bentley, and, it's 1999. I had taken it to one body shop and, the car broke down again. So I took it to this other body shop. And in the process, I alerted the Bureau of Auto Repair.
The Bureau of Auto Repair. Let's stop right there. Please explain to me what the Bureau of Auto Repair is.
Well, the Bureau of Auto Repair is...
And by the way, that's not a classic if it's a 99. That's not 32 years old, but keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought... Well, it says in the book, 20 years, it becomes a classic. So that's for a Bentley in 1999. And parts are, pretty hard to get. You can get the parts through Bentley.
This is amazing, people. This is really amazing. There is... Boy, talk about learning something every day. There actually is a government website, bar.ca, so it looks like it's out of California, but it's the Bureau of Automotive Repair. I swear to God, I've never heard of this in my entire life, but it is. It is called the Bureau of Auto Repair. I think it's got to do with California only. So why did you contact this place in California?
Well, because of the fact that I felt that, both auto repair shops were taking advantage of me.
How were they taking advantage of you? Let's go right to that.
One quick question. You said that after you took it to the first body shop, it broke down. What does a body shop have to do with the working of a car? I don't understand that.
Well, no, it's not a body shop. It's an auto repair shop.
Well, so, you said a body shop.
Who was the first one you took it to, Craig?
I took it to an auto repair shop.
What was it called?
Rolls Royce, what is it? Rolls Royce Auto Repair.
I think he's in California.
And are you in California, bro?
Yes, I'm in California.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now this is all starting to make a little more sense. So you brought it there first, and what happened?
Okay, and so he repaired the car. I drove the car maybe 30 days and it broke down. And
hey, Craig, what did he do to the car, though? I get he repaired it. What were the symptoms when you brought it in?
Well, it was overheating.
Got it. So what did he charge you for? Like a radiator, what?
Yeah, it was $10,000 worth of work.
Holy schmoles.
Yeah. So I paid $10,000 worth of work. So the first thing was that he just, never got anything approved. He kept the car for a long time. And
hey, Craig, I'm still kind of missing you. You brought it in for overheating. What did they do for $10,000?
They put in a new radiator.
Okay.
And I believe, I don't have...
Maybe some hoses, just stuff like that?
Exactly.
So, but it was truly $10,000, which is possible. I don't know anything about your car, but my God, it's a Bentley. So what happened? 30 days later, you're driving it and it overheats again?
It does the same exact thing.
So you bring it back, and what did they say?
I don't bring it back. The guy won't touch it. We're arguing.
Why won't? Okay, so hold on. It overheats 30 days later. I've got to understand things before I can help you. 30 days later, it overheats. So you call him up and say it overheated. I want to bring it back, and he tells you to pound sand. What happened?
Yeah, and so then I take it to another place. Right?
Yeah.
And so I leave the car. This is in February of 2024. Okay.
So you bring it to the second place. What happens?
I call the Bureau of Auto Repair to have them come and inspect it.
Did they?
Okay. Yes, they come out and they inspect it. And so they say the car is, the heater is broken. The first guy didn't write, and I wasn't really.
I'm pretty. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm still pretty amazed by this. This Bureau of Automotive Repair. Generally, when I think of California, I go, geez, they waste money on all kinds of stuff. This actually sounds pretty interesting. If you have a problem with the shop in California, they literally will send someone out to give you assistance. I mean, I'm reading it right on their own website. This is something I actually like. We copy all your emissions crap. When it existed, it doesn't exist anymore. But I don't know why Colorado didn't actually copy this CAP program, because this is really a good thing. But you brought it there. What did CAP say when they sent someone out to look at it?
So they agreed with the second, place that, that there was a radiator, and then the malfunction of the radiator, which the guy didn't replace the radiator. And so the first guy, I didn't pay attention to what the estimate was, and he wrote just some whatever on the estimate, but it was clearly the radiator broke. He didn't replace the radiator. He patched it up and did some kind of work.
So maybe he rotted it. I don't know what he did, but he fixed the radiator because it did last 30 days.
In 30 days.
So then what happened? What did CAP say? What did they do? How do they enforce it? Think of that question, and I've got more for you, but I got to take this break, so hang tight. But I do want to get kind of towards the end. You got a problem with the second shop? Should we be calling the first shop? How can we help you? Hold tight.
Find out if you got charged for a new radiator, Mark.
Say it again.
Find out if you got charged for a new radiator.
No, he's saying on the estimate they charged him to fix it, but they should have replaced it.
He initially said they put a new radiator in.
Yeah, I know he did.
So find out if they charged him for it.
It's $10,000, so that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of dough, bro.
For
Tell Dan we might have to take him after. Tell Dan for you.
I'll tell him.
I don't want him holding for 25 minutes.
You won't want to miss the next episode. Our American Story.
High AC bills, gone. Hot sleepless nights, gone. We're talking about quiet, cool, whole house fans. These things are amazing. Bottom line, it gets all that hot air from the upper floors, the attic, out of your house, sucks in that cool air from the basement. In fact, your temperature can move as much as 20 degrees in a matter of minutes. We have seen people save 50 to 90% off AC bills. You're going to love it. It also gets rid of all the pathogens and dust. Maybe you've got cats and dogs. It'll get rid of all the dander. 719-301-0830 in the Springs, or 303-800-3419 in Denver, or even easier, go to qccolorado.com. I don't know why I gave out phone numbers. That was dumb. That was dim.
He's okay to hold. He has an appointment at 11:30.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Did you send him that info?
Already, I've got a handle. I'm on top of it. Spam risk.
Does anybody want some water or coffee?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Thanks, bro. Who was our, isn't Safeco our insurance?
I don't know.
Who did we have that claim with?
I lose track. We changed so much. I think it was Safeco who sent the checks. Yes.
So I sent you guys this email yesterday from Marc Mager.
Yeah, Mark's handling that. Did he email again?
No, he called.
Okay. Tell him.
The referral list.
Right.
I said that you guys were looking into it.
Thank you. If he calls again, just give him Mark's cell, but he should have Mark's cell. He has my cell, so it's just like, I'm not sure why he's going through those channels, but it's all good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then Mark was concerned about Dan holding, so I texted Dan. Dan says he's fine to hold until the call comes on.
He has an appointment, though.
At 11:30.
Yes.
So we're on the same page. Okay.
All right.
What's Tom doing better?
He's doing pretty
Yeah.
good. They had to extend his chemo, so that sucks. Then he has radiation. But yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's going on a little weekend getaway up in the mountains this weekend and took today off. So
He needs to do that.
yeah, but the chemo kicks his butt, Joe. It kicks it. Doesn't feel good all the time.
It's terrible, isn't it? It destroys everything. All
The good stuff, the bad stuff, it's just, I just feel so bad for him, because he just doesn't feel good. And, it's like he'll feel great at the beginning of the show and then maybe hit a wall, like,
he gets to
and, he wants to go, like, he wants to keep going and his body is saying no.
On one hand, you feel badly. On the other hand, you feel great because he got a cancer.
Yeah.
Which, not
This is
many
amazing.
people do.
North Carolina,
Yeah.
fucking Georgia.
And California.
California's LA. I hit LA hard.
How do they get this? How do they find out about the show in like, let's say in Georgia?
We pushed it out.
I
on-
advertise in Atlanta heavily.
Oh, do you?
Free help, call
For
for
this
help.
show?
We help
Yeah.
for free.
Wow.
Facebook or what?
Facebook mainly, but YouTube too. And then TikTok's a good one, but I haven't launched that campaign yet. The Facebook one went nuts. I mean, it's like 15, 20,000 now reached.
No
Wow.
kidding.
Mm-hmm. All from an AI video I created, which is like
No kidding.
bonkers.
Well, hey, we need to talk about that then.
It's crazy,
I
man,
didn't
how
even
easy
get
it
that
is.
knowledge, Mark. Mark is pretty knowledgeable, isn't
He is. He knows enough to be dangerous with the AI stuff. He's learning it. It's very, I don't like all the AI. It's just overwhelming to me.
That's great.
Yeah. He took a picture of Deputy Bo and put Bo's face on an AI
Right.
body and did this whole video. It's great.
No
It's really
kidding.
good. Yeah. Bo was chuckling because the video gave him, he's missing a hand. He was born without a hand.
Right.
If you've met him. So the video gave him 2 hands. He's like, wait a minute, that's what I was doing with 2 hands.
We've always talked about needing to give him a hand.
What's the program?
All right, 303-713-8255. Jan, if you're still listening with that boat sale, I want you to call back. We can always reach out to you. I want to help you with that, okay? I realize you've been holding a long time, but I do want to talk to you about that. Now, I want to get back to Craig. So, Craig, let's get back to this, man. You had a radiator done. You had it repaired at Shop One. You spent $10,000. You got a pretty expensive car. You had problems. You decided to get it checked out at a second location or a second automotive repair place. And sure enough, they basically said the repair wasn't done properly. Is that right?
Exactly.
So what happens from there?
Let's back up. Mark. So
Go ahead.
I remember, so I got to apologize. You guys called me. It's still early.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Bit of a brain fog. But so the name of the first shop was Independent Rolls-Royce Dealership. Okay, I've been taking my car to Independent Rolls-Royce Dealership for years. I probably could have bought 2 cars.
Hey, what is that in Los Angeles? Where is it?
Yeah, that's in LA.
Got it.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, and so I probably spent over $100,000 in auto repair.
I got it.
Over the years with this guy Barry. All right, and then every time I take my car in, something else, like he rigs the car. I don't know what the heck, but I pretty take care of the car very
I get it.
So I took it to the second place. This was in January, February of 2024.
Yeah, I got you. And they said that they messed up on the radiator, and the state of California said that as well.
Yeah. So then now I leave the car at this guy's place at this new auto shop, H&A Auto Body.
Yeah.
Right. And I dropped off.
What did you bring it there for?
For the radiator, because the car was overheating.
Okay, it's just odd you would bring it to a body shop, but I get it. Go ahead.
No, it's not a body shop. It's an auto repair. They work on European and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's it called?
It's H&A Auto. It's in Silmar.
Got it.
So listen to me. And I'll talk fast. So I dropped it off there, in January, and so I call the guy, and he doesn't answer the phone. He never returns my phone calls, and so I ask him, when is my car going to be ready? We're going on 6 months that the guy has the car.
Got it.
Right? So I go out on tour, come back. I call the guy, say, hey, listen, I want to pay you up front for the body repair or the work that you're going to do. And so that it will maybe this will get fixed faster. Okay. The guy says, no, I don't want to take the money. I ordered the parts and the parts haven't gotten here. Right. And
but it's been 6 months.
6 months. So the guy lies to me. Right. He doesn't order the parts. I have another car there. He takes it apart.
Where the hell's this car now, man? Where is it? Tell me it's still there. Where is it?
No. So one of the cars is still there. Okay. Because in the intern, I had to rent a car because I didn't have another car. So I rented a car to drive, which I'm paying, with insurance. The car itself is I rented a Tesla. And so that's $700, and then another $800 on top of that from the rental car place for the auto.
But my God, Craig, keep going with this. I mean, where are we at now? Right. They have your car. Now, did they ever fix the car with the radiator? Is that fixed?
So the car gets fixed, right?
Yes. Thank God.
After him having a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So then when
the other way to look at that, though, is after you allowed him to have it a year.
Right. He had the car for a year because he had to take it apart.
I got it.
Right? Okay, it's in his shop, and so he tells me that he can't find the parts. So the next day I called Bentley and they said, oh yeah, we have the parts. Right?
So he was BSing you.
So I'm like, you know, because he's telling me he couldn't find.
Okay, but Craig, you did get the car back, right?
No, I haven't gotten the car back yet.
How much does he want for you to come get it because it's ready?
He wants $13,000.
Okay, and you have a problem with that? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
How much do you think? How much do you think you should be paying for this repair that took a year?
It's not even that. I think that he needs to reimburse me for the rental car.
How much is the rental car?
I mean, I'm paying $1,700 a month with the.
All right, hold on. That's the music at the top. You got to hold on there, Craig. I see where he's coming. My God, though, man, talk about telling the story. Holy moly. I want you to pick up, Kelly, and figure out what H&A Auto's actual address is and what their phone number is. Everybody hold tight. We got a lot cooking. Annette, I promise we'll get to you and Gary. Hold on. Jeez Louise.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I mean, they're not going to pay for his rental car.
He said something about going out on tour. Maybe he's with one of your bands, Mark.
$1,700 for a rental
per month. That's a lot. I know.
I don't know if that's. Well, you figure what? $30 a day. 30 times 30 is what? That's 900.
Still, though, God. You like the car you got? Do you?
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a nice.
Hey, Annette, hold tight. I promise we'll get to you, and hopefully we can help you out, all right?
Driving it with the autopilot? You are now?
Can you hear me?
Immediately.
Annette?
I thought you said that you didn't.
Yeah, hold tight. We'll get to you, I promise, all right? You're in line.
Well, you can change the mode. Like Mark's is in hurry mode. Mine's in standard mode. Now, Joe,
Gary, we got the attorney up. I'll get to it here pretty soon, all right?
If I'm on I-25 and my exit is coming up,
yeah,
I don't want to be exiting a quarter of a mile or getting over a quarter of a mile before my exit.
Oh, I got you.
I'm the type of driver like, oh, that exit is coming up in 2 miles. It's time to start getting over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So some things like that I might like have to disengage and get over because that's just out of my comfort zone. You know, you know what I mean?
I love those cars. I really do.
Did you get yours yet?
No, because I still have the lease on mine.
Oh, when's your lease up?
It's going to be done in the end of July, so I'm thinking about it now.
I thought you put a deposit on mine.
I did.
Okay.
I did. $250.
Are they working with you on that? Like, okay, we know your lease is up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I spoke with Tammy, and I just emailed her the information on how to collect in Georgia.
I'm sorry, you spoke to Tammy?
Yeah, I just emailed her the information on how to collect a judgment in Georgia.
Nice, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that update, too, on the deal. Remember that time you left Addie in the car? It was like 110 degrees out, and she was there for an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, right.
Her skin was
I'm going to
bubbling.
leave you in the car.
Man.
That's why she's so tough.
Yeah?
She had to fend for herself. One time we flew to Georgia to see her mom. We left Miles at home.
No,
Jesus.
He was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You guys got an extra room.
Yeah.
You and Kim, you got an extra room I can live in. Jeez.
I've got a whole upstairs floor you can have.
Except on poker nights, right, Doc?
Well, we're done by 10 o'clock, so.
You stay up that late?
I stay up till, I go to bed at 2 and I get up at 9.
You get up at, you go to bed at 2 o'clock?
Yeah, and then get up at 9, so I get my 7 hours in.
7 hours sleep, huh? God, I tell you what, I mean, I get up every morning at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the morning.
Just like clockwork, you just...
No, the dogs want to eat. So they got into this habit.
Your dogs eat at 2 in the morning?
Yes.
Oh my God, Mark!
No,
did you hear that?
they trained us. Okay, they trained us well, and so I mean, you got 3 dogs that want to eat at 2 o'clock, and we've been doing it.
Your little taco dogs.
For years, and the beagle, yeah.
And the beagle.
Yeah, the 2 Chihuahua dogs and the beagle, yeah. So they go to bed, and then it takes. Sometimes I can't go to sleep after that. So I get up, I feed them, give them water, and then I can't go back to sleep.
Joe, how do you handle a puppy sitter with that?
Joe,
pardon me, puppy sitter. You will have to get up at 2 in the morning and feed the dogs.
No, you know what? You know what? I do have a fantastic puppy sitter.
Do you?
Yeah. She's one of my clients.
Okay.
That's all she does. And she's a lovely,
And she'll get up at 2 in the morning?
She sleeps with them and all that, which is great.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean,
I could just walk them before I go to bed.
I do sometimes. And they're still, they're conditioned to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No
2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
That is funny.
Hey, have you heard the commercial, Mark, of this dentist?
No, what is it?
No, that advertises, you know what I mean, on iHeart in the show.
What is it?
During the show. I don't know, somebody's talking to him about, I'm here with Dr. So-and-so. Could you tell us about this disease? You know what I mean? So he talks about the disease and all that, but I mean, it's real powerful. What I was thinking is maybe you and I can do something like that.
We can do those, but
Where you would actually,
we got to do it 1 minute then.
Right.
We can't do it in 30.
Okay.
But yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
for
something
next,
like that. That would be great.
Yeah, let's do that for next month.
All right.
I'll
Are you talking
script
about the
it out.
chiropractor who talks about
it's
neuropathy?
It's a dentist.
Tom does that with Frank Duran on some stuff.
Right. Something like that, see. I think that would be powerful.
You won't want to miss the next episode. Our American Story.
This guy doesn't even have to tell the parents or anybody why he did it or anything. I mean, really, why did he do it? What makes?
I don't know.
He's got to be just batshit crazy.
I don't know. Did he sexually assaulted them?
No, I don't think he had time. He just showed up and murdered the whole lot of them.
Oh, is that Colbert guy?
Yeah. Look at that. Not guilty, sex trafficking. Not guilty, sex trafficking. Not guilty, conspiracy, racketeering.
So tell me, Joe, what do you think is worse? This kid's what? How old? He's in his 20s, right?
Who?
The guy that killed those 4 people?
I don't even know.
All right, so he's in his 20s.
You mean from the
Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho. You're going to spend 60 years in a 10 by 10 cell, 23 hours a day. I'd kill myself rather than do that for the next 60 years. I think that's a worse punishment than death, if you ask me.
I totally agree with you.
I think the human body gets used to it, though.
But your mind
once you're
doesn't.
that's what I mean. I think your mind and body get used to it after.
I don't know about that, Mark.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, to be cooped up in a cell, and with the worst type of...
Then why don't they all kill each other? Or why don't they all kill themselves?
Some people do. But not all of them, Some people probably enjoy that kind of
I think they don't allow a lot of things in the cell that can be used for, for suicide. But it with me, I would take death penalty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in a room for 60 years.
Oh, no. Not with those kind of people.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We're here to go after the bad guys you've been ripped off or taken advantage of. We want to know about it. We've got a list of experts on referrallist.com that help us day in and day out. In fact, one of them, Joe Chiano's with us. We're going to be talking a little bit about retirement as we go on throughout the show. I got one line open, 303-713-8255 or 303 Martino. By the way, that number works on and off the air. I do need to do this real quick, then we're going to go back to Craig. Craig basically had a car worked on. It was in a shop for over a year, and he wants the shop to reimburse him. Hey, I do want to ask you one quick question, Craig, and we're trying to get them on in the background. But, Craig, let me ask you this. You said you wanted them to reimburse you for the rental car. Do you also not want to pay them for the repairs?
Well, so that's the deal. I have a cashier's check to pay for the repairs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
13 grand, right?
I'm going to take them to small claims court. Small claims is like $10,000-$12,000. I think the judge will.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the thing is, I don't want to pay him. You know what I mean? And then get a judgment against him, and then him not pay me for the judgment. And
I got you. Hold on. Did Kelly get the shop's information?
Yeah, she got the shop.
All right, hold on. Kelly, I want to see if he can come on and we can help you negotiate this. But I'll be honest, man, I don't think you would win in court, but maybe I'm missing something. He did lie about the parts, according to you. But you also left it there. You could have went and picked it up and brought it somewhere else, but I would like to talk to him. But I've got to take this because we have one of our attorney experts up, Dan McKenzie. So, Dan, let me bring you up real quick. Let me kind of catch you up on this. It's pretty crazy, Dan. So Gary calls up last week. His father had him in the will. Okay, you follow me so far?
Yep.
His father dies, and everything goes to the stepmother. Stepmother died recently of this year, if I recall. Let me bring him up real quick. Gary, when did your stepmother die?
Oh, this past February.
Yeah, so she dies in February, Dan. And basically, they kind of quit answering the phone, don't talk to him. He wants to know, are they selling the house? Do I get the house? He wants to know what's going on with the will. Well, Suzanne started digging around and found that the will was actually filed. Where was it again? Idaho?
I believe it was Ohio.
In Ohio. So she found it online where it was filed with whatever county there, Dan, and she pulled up the will, actually sent it to you. So basically, here's what we could figure out. Sure enough, everything went to the stepmother when he died. Then she changed the will altogether, and basically, when she died, gave everything to her own daughters. They were her daughters, right, Gary?
Yeah.
And then Gary got aced out 100%. So he has some follow-up questions, but Dan, do you kind of understand what's going on?
Yes.
So go ahead. What are the follow-up questions, Gary? Because to me it seems pretty cut and dry. You got aced out.
Yeah, it seems pretty cut and dry to me, Dan. So I contacted my attorney in Ohio about this, and he said I have the ability to contest the will if I can prove that I was included as a beneficiary in her previous will. But she didn't have a previous will, so that's what causes me to not think I can contest it. And the other...
well, hold on, Gary. I don't understand that. Dan, if you understood that, explain it to me. Are they saying that her will, there might have been a previous one, not the current one, and if he was the beneficiary, that he might have, something going on? I mean, what did you make out of that?
Well, he would at least have standing to challenge it, right? When you're a stepkid, you don't really have any interest in the estate. But if there was a previous will saying he had an interest, then if he can knock this current one out that does not have him, then we go back to the previous one, and he's in that one. So
interesting, but that doesn't mean that the newer one doesn't override the older one, right?
Oh, the new one overrides it, but was it the product, did the kids pressure her to change it?
It gives him standing to get involved in front of a judge.
Yeah, he's got to prove the case, but at least he has standing to do it.
Interesting. Keep going, Gary.
Yeah, and thinking that I probably may not win that, is there a way that I could contact my stepbrother who's the executor on the will, and somebody could speak to him about trying to amend that will so I'm still included? And Dan, I'm only included in 17% of the estate.
How can you possibly... Wait, Gary, I don't even understand. You're saying, can you amend a dead person's will?
That's my question.
Well, I guess that's a question, Dan. I mean, if that was possible, that seems like the entire point of a will would make no sense.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the parties, again, I'm in Colorado. This is Ohio. So it might be different there. I mean, the parties, of course, can agree. They can agree to split what they got with you, or they might be able to agree to some sort of, obviously they've got the stuff, and if they agree to give it to you, they can do that.
But that's not amending. But hold on, Dan. That's not amending the will. That's them being nice.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the direction I would go. If there's an ability to at least speak to the executor.
Well, it would have a second, though. But, Dan, please correct me if I'm wrong. It would have nothing to do with the executor. It would have to do with the people that got everything deciding to give you some of it.
Yeah, he's one of them. I think he got the executor is also the person who got the most, it looks like. But, yeah. Any one of them could choose to share with Gary.
You should call up and ask him. I mean, that is a good path to take. Go, hey, why'd you guys ace me out? That was my dad's stuff. This really sucks.
I don't know if I'm the person to do it because they were probably all complicit in locking me out of it anyway. So I was looking for maybe a mediator or a negotiator who could speak a little bit differently than I would.
Well, Dan can't practice law there, but Dan, let's pretend this was in Colorado. Is that something you would take on and say, okay, you know what? I don't mind making that phone call and seeing if I can get somewhere with it, or is that something that it just isn't done, or what do you think?
I mean, you can always ask, but they just have no legal obligation to do anything, as far as I can tell. So I just don't know if having a mediator, I mean, mediation is to try and give you some certainty. Well, they already have certainty. They don't have to do anything. So I just don't know if that really is going to get. I think you try and make your best appeal as a human being, and see if you can sweeten the thing up a little bit. But at the end of the day, I don't really see, unless there was, like the attorney told you, if there was a previous will and you do have a case that's backed up or something when she signed this thing, then maybe you got something there. I just don't know if that was the case. Where
would I go to find a previous will then that she might have had?
Well, you don't file a will anywhere. I mean, it could be anywhere.
I mean, in Colorado, if you have a document purporting to be a will, you are supposed to hand it over to the court like they did here. So even if there is a newer will, if there's an older will, you're supposed to lodge that one too, so that people can figure this kind of thing out, frankly. But do you know? I mean, I don't know. If you don't know one exists, that's going to be a challenging thing to do, I guess.
You should probably literally hire an attorney out there if you really want to start digging into this. But to me, it sounds like if that's the newest will, even if you get standing in front of the court and these folks don't want to give you anything, you're going to end up not getting anything. But that's just a personal opinion.
Yeah. No, that's the way it looks to me as well.
It really sucks, too, Gary. I find it crazy they aced you out of your dad's stuff, but, people are people.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we get stepkids in here all the time we're in this situation.
Yeah, it's crazy. Gary, I put him on hold. By the way, Dan McKenzie, one of our legal experts, if you do need a will or a trust, maybe you did get divorced, maybe you have a mixed family now, everything changes. If you haven't updated the will, maybe it's time for a trust. Your kids are older. Maybe you're a high net worth person and you need some help with asset protection. This is what Dan does, and he's the best at it. Give him a call. Dan, you do a lot of stuff flat rate, too. You'll talk to people. You'll tell them, look, it looks like you just need a simple will right now, or you need a trust, and you'll tell them how much that's going to be, and you basically create the plan for them.
Correct. Yeah.
I love what you do, Dan. I appreciate you coming on. You're a wealth of information when we have questions like that. You can reach Dan McKenzie at 833-CO-PLANS, 833-CO-PLANS. Now, listen, we got to take a quick break. We've got Alec. Alec is the owner of H&A Autocraft, and basically H&A, our caller said, had his vehicle for a year, and now he wants Alec or H&A to pay for the rental. He says that Alec lied about not being able to get the part because when he called up Rolls Royce or Bentley, whatever kind of car it was a pretty fancy car. He could find the part right away. And we love giving the other side of the story a chance to come on. Alec, I appreciate you coming on. You're going to be up right after this, and we're going to find out his side of the story. Everybody hang tight.
Dan, thanks for your time. Have a good day. Bye.
I hit Pueblo hard, too. Look at line 1.
Julio, but where's Craig, our caller for Alec?
I don't know. Go find that out. I don't understand what Kelly was saying there. Fix It 24/7. It's so important to get a second opinion. If you need a new air conditioner or a new furnace, new water heater, I have seen prices from $1,500 to $10,000. Get the free second opinion or on an expensive repair. Someone says, oh, it's going to be $3,000 to repair the AC or a new one's $8,000. Call up Fix It. Maybe it's a cheap repair and someone's lying to you. Go to fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com. Sheridan Auto Tech, Uncle Kevin, how I love thee. Here's what's cool about Kevin. He works on all vehicles. Doesn't matter what they are. He can do alternator, starters, brakes, alignments, tires, you name it. They can do it. The warranty's 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide. He's our auto expert right here on the show, week in and week out. SheridanAutotech.com. You're going to love these guys. Great pricing. SheridanAutotech.com. You want to be a landlord, but you've never done it and you're terrified to do it, but you want to invest in property? Barry Miller has the answer. He's going to find the right property somewhere in the country, an up-and-coming area, find the right house, something ready to rent out, find a property manager that's going to take care of it and make sure you don't have to do any of that. He's going to collect the rent. You're going to get the rent each month. Then as it gets higher in value, it appreciates. You sell it, you make the big money. That's what Barry Miller does. Check out VesteraTurnkey.com. VesteraTurnkey.com.
So here's the deal with Alec.
Yes.
Alec will not come on with Craig on because they're in a legal dispute.
Okay.
So that's why Craig is not on, because Alec requested he not be on while he comes on.
Okay.
So, but Kelly does have his information, so we can always call Craig back and tell him what Alex said, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
So that's the
I mean, it makes no sense, but I mean, the guy's talking about small claims court. It's like, okay.
Maybe one of them got a TRO.
We'll find out here soon. We shall find out, buddy. I don't even think they should let that guy wear a suit, man. They should dress him in orange.
I know, they should.
They should ship him over. Where they send in some of those illegals? What's that?
Alligator Alcatraz.
No, the other one. The one in
CCOT.
CCOT.
ECOT.
Yeah, he should go to
should.
CCOT.
I think Alligator Alcatraz.
They should send him to CCOT with a Trump shirt and a Make America Great Again hat.
And a hat.
See how long he lasts in CCOT.
That guy that they brought back from CCOT?
Yeah.
You know where they're going to ship him next?
Where?
Rwanda.
Oh, my God.
So he's fighting to stay in prison.
I want to stay here.
He is. He's got lawyers that convinced the judge to let him stay in prison.
That's unbelievable. So now we got to pay for him.
Oh, of course.
CCOT. Hey, at least I got margaritas there, and people were coming to visit.
This congressman.
Aren't you sick of winning?
Oh, I'm so tired. I need to take a break.
I just got to calm down and quit winning.
I'm tired of winning.
I don't know what to do. I mean,
Please, Mr. President.
if I play anybody in Scrabble, I win.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Did you
Joe.
see the biggest win? The biggest Trump win today?
No.
Waffle House this morning announced
Got rid of the egg price.
The egg surcharge dropped. Thanks to Trump.
Thank you, Trump.
Nice.
I love it. You know what? Waffle House, Kid Rock, Trump. These are my peeps. I've been winning.
I told you, I've never been to Waffle House.
You never
I have.
Yeah.
It is literally, it's a greasy spoon.
You know
I
what?
love greasy spoons.
I don't know. I mean, I went to the one in Parker,
Uh-huh.
and we had pie.
Yep.
And the pie came out frozen. Me and my wife, frozen.
Frozen pie.
So it was.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's how you know it didn't
It's
spoil.
an antique. You know what I mean? It's an antique diner.
Yeah.
They have a little bar, stools, and
Yeah,
all that.
I totally
They got
go.
the
Eggs and
music boxes.
That's
Hey, how about Gunter Tooties? It's open in Parker, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right in
The
Parker.
one on Arapahoe Road closed though,
I know.
right? Well, maybe.
All right, 303-713-8255. We've got a lot cooking. What was the name of the caller they called on that
Craig?
H&A? I hate when
Craig.
things are taken
Craig.
off my screen. What was
Craig.
it? Craig. Greg.
Yeah.
You're
No,
sure, Doc?
Mark, it was
God, I knew this was
it
going to
was
happen.
Craig with a C-R.
Kelly, keep stuff on my screen.
That's what I
Craig,
said,
C-R-A-I-G. So I want to go to the owner, Alec, of H&A Autocraft. And Alec, first of all, thanks for coming on. How are you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing very good, man. Listen, we had a call from Craig, and I guess you're familiar with him. He didn't want to be on with you, so we're going to call him back at a later time. But the bottom line is this. He's saying you guys had a vehicle, and it seemed like it was a pretty exotic car. It was like a 99 Bentley. And it had a problem with the radiator. A previous shop looked at it. I guess they attempted to fix it, and it lasted 30 days, according to Craig. But then it broke. You guys ended up getting the vehicle, and it took you a year to fix it. Meantime, he had to rent a car, and he wants you guys to pay for the rental. And I guess he's also holding a check for $13,000 to, pick up the car. So what's going on with this? Shed some light on this.
Okay, so first of all, we were contacted by Craig. He was referred to us by another mutual client of ours. He did tell me that his car spent some time out of shop. No one can figure out what's going on with it. They tried to fix it, but it's still having the same issue. So I did let him know, anytime you want, you can bring it by. We could take a look at it, see what's going on. And he brought the car, followed by a bureau investigation. So once I got the car was already involved in the investigation from
Hey, Alec, educate me a little. I am very naive when it comes to the state getting involved. What exactly is that? What does that department do? I think it's called like CAP or something.
BAR is basically the Bureau of Automotive Repair Standards for California. It basically protects the consumers against any repair facility. So basically, once you file a complaint, your complaint could be anything. They hire an investigator. They don't hire them, but they have their own investigators that basically investigate the issues the car had.
That's incredible.
Was it fair? Was it not fair? And if there's anything unfair from the shop, then it gets flagged. And if it's anything major, then essentially your bar license gets revoked.
That's amazing. Let me ask you this. Here in Colorado, we copy a lot of stuff like your emissions, although thank God that's gone now. But I want to ask you this. What do you actually think of this cap? Is it corrupt? Is it good for the consumer? I mean, what are your thoughts about it? And this has nothing to do with Craig, but what are your thoughts on this cap program?
I actually like it, to be honest with you. It kind of helps consumers and repair facilities in situations like this. So I have no complaints about it. I'm happy it's there. It's also a guideline for certain kind of fees that you can charge towards consumer. It's also certain kind of guidelines.
For like storage or whatever.
Yes, it also protects the repair facilities against basically false claims in like this situation. So at no point the bar or the Bureau of Automotive states that I'm responsible for the rental. That's 100% up to you.
Yeah, that's very curious, and I'm glad you kind of jumped to that. I don't know why he would think you would be responsible for the rental. Now, the argument he makes is that you said you couldn't get the radiator or whatever part it was. I'm not quite sure what it was. But he found it instantly, and he thinks you were kind of lying about it, is why he thinks you're culpable or should pay some of that, I guess,
so
some of it.
Let me tell a little bit of a story.
Sure.
Once the car came in, it was obviously leaking coolant and it was overheating. I took a look at the car. We ran a full diagnostic as much as we could. I called them. I let them know, listen, I don't know what your other shop did, but half the things that you were charged for,
no good.
I do not see them being worked on. So they had charged them for seals and gaskets, but none of those gaskets were the issue that the car had.
Okay, so they sold him stuff either that he didn't need. They might have thought he needed it. I don't know if it was done nefariously or not, but they sold him stuff that wasn't needed.
That I'm not sure, because that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Because on the invoice from the previous shop, it does not say why or what did they diagnose.
What was wrong with it, by the way? Why was it leaking coolant and overheating?
So it was overheating mainly because the water pump wasn't able to circulate any water. And the second reason is at one point, I'm pretty sure the thermostat got closed and caused overload of pressure. And because the radiator is partially plastic and aluminum, it had cracked the plastic, so it was just leaking water out.
Yeah, I get it. So you basically fixed it for about $13,000, is that correct?
That is correct.
And he approved all of that.
Well, initially he filed a complaint that he didn't approve, but in multiple emails him asking of the final invoice.
Got it.
So there's that.
So Cap actually got involved in this, and did they make a ruling, or what did their investigate find that you did nothing wrong?
Exactly. They closed the complaint.
Got it.
They contacted him after they contacted me, and he says the car's been here in a year, but actually the car's been ready for 4 months, and I have multiple text messages from him.
Got it.
Letting him know, hey, listen, when do you want to come pick up the car?
You know, I'm going to tell him, listen, I don't even need to go any further on this. I love the fact you guys do have this CAP program. If they closed it, I have no idea why he thinks you owe him for the rental, especially after telling me the vehicle was done 4 months ago. So we'll get him back on. We'll tell him that if he does take you to small claims court, I would assume the judge or the magistrate's going to look at the CAP report when you bring it and probably rule in your favor that you don't owe him any kind of storage. And I don't know why. I don't know why he thinks, I don't care what state you're in, I don't know of any place where you drop your car off and they give you a rental car for free. I mean, that would, you never hear of that. If it's under warranty, companies can be nice and do it.
No, that's actually a thing. We do provide rentals if you're going through insurance. And if you don't have rental and you're still going through insurance, my shop, we provide loaners. We give you a free car to drive.
Wow.
But that only applies when it's an insurance claim involved.
Got it.
Now, when he says he found the parts quickly,
yeah,
that's right. He found the parts, but I have proof conversation of this. I only have an account set up with Rusnock, Rolls-Royce, and Bentley.
Yeah.
This part is on back order. They do not make it anymore. This car was only produced in 99 and 98.
Where did he find it?
Not a whole lot of. He found basically custom radiator, all aluminum custom radiator.
Got it.
That's supposed to be. It's not plug and play. We had to modify brackets for it to sit properly. We had to modify.
Is that what you ended up doing? Was using the one that he found?
Yes, I
did. And you had to modify it to use it. Hey, man, Alec, I get it 100%. I got you back on hold. I really do appreciate you coming on, and we'll catch up with him a little later in the hour. But I love when businesses come on and at least shed light on the other side of the story. What do you guys think? I think he sounds pretty straight up. And even just talking to Craig, I was sitting there scratching my head going, why wouldn't you just pick it up if you weren't happy with this? And Craig never offered the information. This was the part these guys had to modify.
Yeah, I think, what really struck me about this gentleman's call is that he said the car's been ready for months and months
Well, 4
now.
months, yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like Craig is being charged storage or
anything.
Nobody applied for a title to his car as abandoned.
What were you going to say, Suzanne?
No, I was just going to say I thought Alec, sounded legit and stand up and
Well, hopefully we can talk back, and I'd be curious if he does take him to court what the outcome is. Jennifer, Sean, Martin, Annette, everybody hold tight. A lot coming up.
Okay.
Yes, pleading guilty because I am guilty. Well, at least he acknowledges it.
Sorry about the sneezing.
That's okay. Just go out there when you have to, Doc, because it's on the air and everything.
I went to the dentist yesterday, and they did a cavity on this tooth, and I think when they put the Novocaine in, they hit a branch.
Hold on, guys. TheArtofGranite.com. Suzanne and I have used them so many times. The fabrication, the installation is perfect. Any materials you want, quartz, granite, any hard surface. These guys have it all. I love Mitch Floria. He came over to this country from Romania 30 plus years ago. He's a citizen. He's married. They have kids here in Colorado. They've got roots here. TheArtofGranite.com's been around for a long time. You want the best pricing and the best countertops, you check out Mitch. He'll even give you prices over the phone, and now's the perfect time to do it, because if you get the kitchen done, he's going to do the bathroom for free. Get the kitchen done, new countertops, it's going to upgrade your house. You get the bathroom for free. Check him out at theartofgranite.com, theartofgranite.com.
So, Susan, are you squeamish about that stuff?
Squeamish about?
I was going to say, so when they...
it just sounds terrible.
Oh, no, when they numbed it up, they probably irritated that nerve.
Yeah.
It just irritated, so...
Ugh.
I'm going to sue him. I'm just kidding. The guy's great.
Okay, let's see. Download. That's all we had, right? We had Big Bear, we had Genesis, and we had Gravina.
Those are the three you said to get you.
I'm saying, but that's it, right? We didn't have another one that I can think of.
No, I don't know.
So there's Gravina. Well,
You been working on house spots, mister? I need to crack the whip.
That's right. Son of a bitch, I download all three in one fucking download.
Let's see.
Must be the Ozempic that you're taking.
Oh, you have. It's Wednesday. Wow, you've done. Ooh. Chopper, you are gross.
This is crazy. Big Bear for Venus. Genesis.
Oh, by the way, can I ask you something? Chopper is looking for Home Depot's Angel for this Drew issue. Are we seriously sending the Drew issue to Home Depot?
No.
Chop, did you hear that? I knew it.
God, Chop, what are you, nuts?
Well, Chop took the case.
Yeah, we'll lose that angel quick. Oh, can we talk to the, what was it? The
large minority.
The large minority girl?
Chop, just drop it with Drew on that one, mister.
When Tom retires...
That angel would never fucking talk to us again.
Mark, when Tom retires and you take over the show...
That'll be when Tom's 104.
This is your...
I will most likely retire before Tom.
Yeah, we'll retire.
I might be retiring this December. So... But what's your point, Doc?
I got a theme song for you.
Well,
That's your theme song.
I love that song.
I love that song too.
That's Mac Davis.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him in person in Montana before he died.
Because I get better
Mac
looking
Davis.
each
Mac
day.
But don't you think that should be Mark's theme song?
It's going to be,
What?
I don't know.
What?
How Do You Like Me Now, Toby Keith. That'll
love
be
that
Mark's
song.
theme song.
How you like me now?
How do you like me now? Do we hit, Chopper says,
I'll
do we
never.
have an angel, Mark?
Hold on.
Oh.
All right, 303-713-8255. We've got a lot cooking, and I mean a lot. I do want to talk to Joe Chiano real quick. Joe, you know, we talk about retirement all the time. Stock market's up right now. Is it going to stay up? What do you think?
You know, whatever goes up must come down, Mark.
I know, it's
You
crazy.
I mean, you know, right now the market and the economy is very volatile.
Yes, it is.
What people are looking for is safety.
Is his mic on? I think we got to start over there, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
No, that's fine. You know, I
The
understand.
stock market, it goes up and it comes down.
You know, the economy's crazy.
It is crazy.
Still. You know, so people need
Every time
safety.
they say
need
tariffs,
safety.
every time they say tariffs, the stock market drops.
Absolutely. We have no control. I think people are finally understanding that they want to have control of their money.
Yeah,
And they want to have control of their future, control of their retirement, basically. So they don't see, people don't want to lose money, Mark.
What's
They want to
really
make
nice
money.
about some of the products you sell, some of the annuities you sell, the growth on them is way more than I ever thought. If people get into these, and people like Doc get into them right as they retire, maybe they sell their house or downsizing, they get into it. But a lot of people might buy an annuity like around my age in their 50s. And they don't realize, we did one the other day, we were punching numbers for somebody for the other show. And it was $1 million annuity at the age of 50.
Right.
And by the time they were 70, they had close to $500,000 a year coming in till the day they died.
Exactly.
Every year.
Exactly.
Yeah. Within 2.5 years, they made back their initial part. Listen to this. I'm not kidding. I think it was $450,000 a year till the day they died. Then, Dimitri, if they couldn't cook for themselves or dress for themselves, it doubles. They'd be looking at $900,000 a year for that payout. Now, granted, that's $1 million at the age of 50, and at the age of, maybe it was 79.
I think it was 70 or something.
I forget what age, but it was $450,000 a year till the day they died, D. That was it.
That's really fascinating. I can't imagine what insurance company would take a risk like that.
Well, they're not taking a risk, Dimitri. You know, what they're doing is they're investing the money themselves.
Sure.
But
so
you're not attached to it.
No, we're not attached to it.
I understand.
Okay? So insurance companies, they have longevity credits. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I mean, when people live long, they win.
Yeah.
Okay. So the people that actually die,
Yeah.
the people that are living longer, they get longevity credits. So they're able to afford to give out the money.
Yeah, like mine is with AIG, which is not going away.
Right.
No, God,
Exactly.
no.
Right.
I mean, these things are pretty much guaranteed. In fact, the one, and here's the other thing, Dimitri, the part we didn't say about that $1 million, we should run that again. Maybe it was at age 40. It was either at 40
I
or
think
50.
Jordan did that, so he's coming in.
Yeah,
right
Jordan
later
will
on.
be in next
Yeah.
hour. So, but here's the interesting part. The minute you buy that, it's not worth $1 million anymore. It's worth $1,150,000 because you get that $150,000 bonus instantly.
Day one.
And the growth starts right there that day. And then when you pull the trigger, that's when you get that guaranteed money, and you also get that other benefit of long-term care, which doubles it.
So Joe, can this annuity be used as collateral for a loan before it
absolutely.
matures? So let's say a guy puts in $1 million
Right.
at age 50, like Mark
Right.
just described, and instead of losing any utility of this money, could he then use it to purchase a house or withdraw cash from some kind of a loan against this annuity?
Not
How does that
alone.
work?
Not alone. They can take a withdrawal every year.
They can put it back.
okay.
They can put it back in if they want.
Withdrawal.
In the scenario we're talking about, they could take out minimum $100,000 a year.
10%.
Yep.
Up to 10% without a penalty.
Yep. And then if you die, because a lot of people are thinking of the old annuities, D. Let's say you die. You had this annuity for 25 years, and you're thinking of retiring and going to that money, and you croak.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
the value of that account, the entire value, not just the initial amount, not just the principal, the entire value goes to whoever your beneficiary is.
That's
it's not like you
It is
lose it.
fascinating. You know, as a matter of fact, we had a client last week that wanted to get a loan. And she said, could you please send me the statements of my annuity?
She had no idea.
She had no idea. But the thing is, though, she wanted to have proof that the annuity was growing so that the bank could give her the loan.
Did she get it?
She got it.
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's a fantastic
Wait,
thing.
so
you
does
can
that
use it as
mean that
collateral.
in the scenario you just described, this annuity was being used as collateral for a bank loan?
For a bank
at a
loan.
bank that's not even
Exactly.
related to this
That's
transaction?
right. That is right.
And
But would
what
it be
percentage of this annuity value is available in the form of a loan from an unrelated bank? So in your case, we just discussed $1 million.
So whatever the value of the annuity is.
Yeah, after 20, 30 years, that $1 million is probably worth whatever, $5 million or whatever it is.
Is it the surrender value that you would use?
The surrender value.
Yeah, not the actual value, the surrender value.
That is right, yeah.
So you have to take that into account.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
listen, we're going to be talking more about that in the hours to come, but any questions, anytime Joe's on, I always say this, any naysayers, it's simple as this. You call them up. You go to their website, mymoneymyway.com. Their phone number's there. I'll give it out. But call up. Say I'm 40 years old. I'm 50 years old. If I do a $50,000 annuity, what's my guaranteed money every month when I retire? Ask the question. Ask it. It's guaranteed. It can't go down. You can't lose it. And never put all your eggs in one basket. My God, I would never say that. But think about it. You're always going to have your mortgage payment. You're always going to have your rent payment. You're always going to have whatever you're doing the annuity for. It's guaranteed money. You'll always have till the day you die. Now, Annette, I promise you're coming up next. Martin, Sean, Jennifer, you're after that. Everybody hold tight. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Here's my date of birth.
Right.
And if I put in, let's say, 500,000, and I want to retire from it, do you have the means of running?
That's what I was trying to do right now. But, my username and password is embedded on my computer. So let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it.
Or Jordan might run them.
Yeah.
Discuss this on the air without mentioning my birthday.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
What's your social?
Yeah. What's your social?
Here's my American Express number.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can get it here. Okay. Hold on. And we'll do the.
No rush.
And also, you know what? We got a new annuity now. This is for people that may want to take an income right away, just like Doc did.
Let's do both.
Okay. Or somebody.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Wait 1 or 2 years.
Brooke with Red Rocks, it's amazing. Do you know, for listeners on commercial solar systems, she has gotten over 100% of it paid for, meaning if it's a $100,000 commercial system for, say, a fourplex or an apartment complex you own, she gets it entirely paid for and puts a few bucks in your pocket with the grants and some of the tax credits. Now, that's commercial stuff. For residential, they've got great pricing on top of everything else. They have a great service department. They can do a totally off-grid system. They can add a battery backup to an existing system. They do it all in-house. RedRocksRS.com, the best solar company out there. RedRocksRS.com. Joe Lazzara, oh my goodness, I hope you never need him. I always brag how I use everybody I talk about, but I've never had to use Joe. He is a criminal defense attorney, and once again, I hope you don't have to use him, but if you catch yourself in a bind, a DUI, assault, domestic violence, murder, anything out there, free consultations, flat rate pricing on some things like DUIs. Put this phone number in your phone. I've done the shopping for you. 303-429-6200. Joseph Lazzara. Put it in your phone. 303-429-6200. Okay, so I'm going to save this under Safeco. I don't remember how much the depreciation was. Oh, primary email address updated. So
that was me. I was able to do that, and so yeah, I was going to tell you.
Perfecto. Yeah, Doc did an immediate one, so he took a lump of cash.
Right.
And turned it on, and what is it, Doc? 30 days later, right?
Yeah.
30 days later, he's got a check that he'll have forever.
Plus, what mine is on my anniversary date, it's the increase is tagged to the Dow Jones.
Right.
If the Dow Jones goes up less than 3%, it's a guaranteed 3%.
Question: why did we get a big refund from Titan Stadiums? It just came in for $500. I tried to text you yesterday.
I don't know. I saw that. I don't know why it came in from Titan Stadium.
They're not going to argue with it. I just wondered.
I don't know why.
It just surprised me.
I don't know why.
Bonus, okay?
I don't know why.
No bonus at all.
Yeah,
it just surprised me.
Sell some tickets through them, or the parking pass or something?
No. I have no idea. Literally, I saw that. I have no idea why we got a refund for $500. The only thing I can think of is Mike Doyle's tickets. But that still makes no sense. It's not even the right amount.
Susan, did you ever recover the contents of that safe deposit box?
They said up to 90 days to process. We're still waiting to hear back.
We haven't heard. We haven't got a check. We haven't heard shit.
I can't wait to hear about what's in that box.
It's going to be empty.
It's Al Capone's vault all over again.
Pepsi can.
There's like a dead rat in there.
So Mark, with Sean, with Neo Orthodontics, they closed. Apparently, they took a bunch of money to prepaid orthodontic work, and he retired, closed the practice without any notification, and hasn't returned any of the money.
My understanding is he got sick and he might be dead. I don't know.
I found his beautiful tech center condo on Zillow during the time of that.
I don't know.
We advertised for him for a while.
I don't like it like that. Here, let me show you something here.
I thought he died. Or got really, like, cancer or something.
Yeah,
we'll find out, though.
Don't worry.
I can see it. It's okay. It's okay, Susan. Thank you.
No, but I mean, it's just like leaning.
That's great. That's perfect. Okay. Okay, so this is with a 15% bonus, okay? So if you look at, you put 500,000, day one, you have 575,000. Okay. That's a 15% bonus. Now, this is based on hypotheticals as to what the indexes will do, right? It could be better, it could be zero, okay?
But it can't be negative.
Right. You cannot lose what you put in. It's guaranteed.
Hey, I assume they're going to start sending me free cigarettes the day that I buy this one, right?
Well, they should. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. Okay, so let me tell you. So let's say you want to read 20 years or 20 years.
Annette.
Tell Stephen on there, Euro Plumbing, please. All right, 303-713-8255. We've got a lot cooking right now. Annette's been holding the longest. Annette from North Carolina, what's going on?
Yes, a lot. I get direct deposit onto a debit card that was issued by the United States government. And every so often, like every few months, there's a problem with the card. I can't get the money off the card, or they change the card, don't let us know that they changed the card. The card is somewhere supposed to be in the mail.
Hey, Annette, what's the subsidy based on? Is it like SNAP? What is it?
It's called Direct Express. It's a government paid, it's a bank called Commerce Bank that controls Direct Express.
What is the money for, though? What is the money for?
It's for people with disability.
Got it.
SSA type payments.
Got it. So it's an for you, is it SSDI? What is it for?
Yes, it's for me. I'm disabled.
Got it. And how much was how much monthly do you receive on that?
$967.
And when was the last time you didn't get $967?
The last time was June 1st.
And what happened on June 1st?
With June 1st, I got it. But this month, I was supposed to get it, and I haven't gotten it.
So it just simply... And I'm sorry, because I don't know the exact dates we're talking about, but so I understand right now we're July 2nd. When do you usually get it available on that debit card? On the 1st of each month?
Yes, the 1st of each month, unless the first falls on a week, holiday or a weekend.
Got it. Then you get it the next available day?
We get it the last weekday up before.
And has it been late in the past, Annette?
Yeah, when's the last time it was late?
Yeah. Just a couple of months ago, it was late. It was like about 6 days late.
So it always shows, but it's late, which is causing a big financial burden to you.
Yes, because I had to pay all these late charges.
Oh, shoot.
My light got cut off at one point. My light got cut off for a couple of days, and I had to stay in the dark because it didn't come.
That sucks. Let me ask you this. When you do, let's talk about the last time it was 6 days late. Did you ever communicate with somebody that told you why it was late, or you just have no idea?
Oh no, because you call and you don't get nobody on the phone. It automatically goes to put you on hold, and all you do is listen to this horrible music, if you can call it that.
How old are you?
And me, I just turned 68 years old.
What is your disability?
Oh, I have spinal stenosis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, kidney disease.
Lord, that's enough. You're depressing me at this point. That's crazy. Yeah.
I'm telling you, and I have difficulty walking and everything, and I had 5 kidney surgeries, and get ready to have.
Let me ask you something, Annette. When you get in this bind, here's what I'm afraid of. Trying to figure out how you always get this check on time, I don't think it's going to matter, because I think in the future it's going to be late again. I don't care what anybody tells us. Uncle Sam can barely do anything when it comes to money, right? So let me ask you this. When you start getting late fees, give me an idea of a late fee you have right now.
Oh goodness. On one, like, say rent. Rent is $15 late fee.
And when does that kick in?
It kicks in. That rent you have until the 5th to pay your rent.
To the 5th. So long as it comes in by the 5th, you can do it. But if not, it's going to cost you that $15.
Exactly.
Now, do you owe more than one late payment, or you're all caught up now?
Right now, two bills I have, as of tomorrow, I have a late fee.
And how much are the late fees as of tomorrow?
One is 15, the other one is 25.
And what's the $25 one?
That's a medical bill.
And what's the $15 one?
That is the light bill.
The light bill, and then the rent bill is another 15 after the 5th or 6th.
Yes.
And I see this is happening all the time. So,
yes,
if you've got to be honest with me at this point. So, if I was to give you $50, would that solve the problem going forward? Forget about this month, and here's what I mean by that. If we pay those late bills now, then you would always have that $50 going forward to where if your card was late again, if that deposit onto your debit card was late again, you should always have that padding to go forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Hold on a second. 303-713-8255. Martin, Jennifer, Sean, you guys hold on. I promise you're up next. Right here on the Troubleshooter Show. We got a lot cooking. Everybody bear with us. I promise we'll get to these calls. Any questions you have, help at troubleshooter.com.
I was feeling bad for her, Mark.
I'm going to show you something.
Just go see if she understands what... If we give her $50, she should be okay forever. Because her only late fees appear to be $25, $35, $40, $55.
If the payment doesn't hit for a few days, that $50 is going to be used up on late fees this month, and then she doesn't have the padding.
Then her check comes in, and she's got the full check.
Right.
Meaning she has the extra $55 right then and there.
But that $50 is just late fees.
Yeah.
That money is going towards the bills. I don't understand how she would have the late fees going forward.
If we give her $55 and she pays those late fees, when she gets her check, she's $55 ahead now because she doesn't have to pay the late fees.
I'll go confirm, but I'm not seeing it the same way. If I have $100
okay, go find out what solves her problem.
I'm just saying, if I have $100 worth of bills coming through tomorrow and my debit card gets $100 put on it, so now that $100 is late, Show gives the $50 to pay the late fees.
No.
I still owe the $100.
If we give her the money today, I don't think she has late fees, right?
But we got to give her the money for her bills, not for just...
See how much her bills are. Figure out what fixes her. I guess that's the only question.
Is this account value, let's say 10 year 10? Yeah, 10 years, 924,000. 924. I can't use that as, can I use that as collateral for a loan? No. For a loan at an unrelated bank.
You can. That's what the lady did.
And what percentage of that account value?
$50.
The bank.
$55 for your...
I can't go number 2 anymore.
Next month.
See, this is
If your deposit is late again,
and yet the
will
account
you
balance.
already, what would help you with your
that
late
payment
could be used as collateral
with
for
your
100% of its value.
We don't know if we'll be able to help with
Because
your
I
direct
put it as
deposit
collateral,
getting there on
that
time.
doesn't affect
So
how it grows within the
direct
FG.
deposit getting there on time.
Okay.
What would help you going
use it
forward?
as
Would that
collateral
$55
in
help
year
you?
2.
Yeah, you can right here.
So I could, if I wanted to put that towards a down payment on a house,
Right.
I could use that as collateral.
The surrender
with
amount.
my right, and I'll get the benefit of that money at a totally unrelated lender, and yet that will not negatively impact the growth of this security within F&G.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so that actually addresses my only concern about this, which was I don't want to lose the use of that
Yeah,
money.
you won't lose it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now let me tell you something. That's one example. Okay, once you take, once you write this down, okay, 20 years.
Is that something you could email to me? Is that?
If I can do it from here. Oh, I can. Let me see. Can I email it?
Well, that's okay. What did you want me to write down? Maybe if it's like...
No, just
So
I'm going to compare a couple of things, okay?
Following down the road
Got
here,
eight,
she's
put
got,
down
let's just
20
say
years.
850, I think it's $860 worth of bills that have to be
You're gonna
paid
have
when that money hits. If it doesn't hit in time,
270.
she's going to have
$490.
$50 in late fees. So then she owes the $850 plus $50
An
in late
income
fees.
stream.
If it's late again next month,
$32,000.
the direct deposit, she's going to need another $50.
820.
So it really doesn't pad her going forward.
And a long-term
It
care
will
of
help her for this
265.
month, but it doesn't pad her
639.
going forward.
Okay, now, hold on tight. I'm just going to compare.
Does that make sense?
Different.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
I bet, I don't know about the light, but with the medical bills, I'm sure if she says, I can pay you every month on.
Sounds like she's on a payment plan.
She is.
Yeah, no, but she calls them up and says, look, I can make the payment. Let's say it's due on the 15th. She calls and says, look.
I already know what you're getting at, Doc.
Just.
Maybe we get
30 days.
What if we paid your late fees? So I sent you money for your late fees.
Well,
And
let's take a look at
can
it.
you call these 3 different people where the bills are due and get your due date changed to like the 15th?
Let's take a look at it.
Is that possible at all? Where you can, does that make sense?
Or maybe we call.
So that way you have a little bit more time to get your deposit in, and then you're not late every month, because it sounds like your deposit gets
This is
to you,
guaranteed.
it's just never on time.
There's no play on the stock market or nothing like that. That's why I'm taking this.
Yes, so
Let's take a look at it here.
Transportation to engage in prostitution.
This is the safe income advantage thing.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying, but if we sent you your late fee money for this month,
See right here.
can you in the meantime call and try to get them to change your due
20
dates?
years. You'll be better
Okay.
off with
She was a big minority woman.
Not to be short, but let me put you back on hold. Hang on a minute,
So that's the
darling.
one.
Yeah, I don't want the guarantee part.
That might be the answer.
What's that? What,
That we help her with her late
Right.
fees,
I'll give up
and then in the
on it.
meantime, before August
That's
hits,
fantastic.
she calls and gets her due dates
I
changed.
can imagine.
Her electric bill, instead of it being due on the 5th, get it changed to be due on the 15th.
I think we put a deputy on calling the 3 things that charge late fees and see if we can't move her dates to the 10th or whatever.
Perfect. But I mean, that's it.
Do you still want to help her with her late fees?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we don't even, yeah. I mean, we don't even know if she has them yet, though.
We don't know yet until her, but if everything hits in time, then she does have that $55 for a future late fee. For her future late fees. Anyway,
I
finish up
can
with her.
have 3-way calls.
Okay, it's not really a security. Okay, what do you call it?
You could do that, Doc?
Yeah.
3-way call? Okay.
And
So
see if
let's,
they can do it on the
Yeah,
15th.
I know for sure the medical thing. If somebody called me up and said, look, I can pay you every month, but instead of the 15th, can we make it the 25th?
So that means
I would be so happy that they're willing to pay it.
Yeah.
it's guaranteed.
yeah, I'm with you, Doc. I'm with you.
Yes,
That's what-
Okay.
You can lose money.
Yeah, I thought it was.
With this one, you
So
can.
I don't know how do we give her money on her damn.
I'll have to just send her a check.
from an unrelated bank.
Right.
Against
Or I can send her,
Do an ACH. She must have a bank account. She's getting a
It's
debit.
showing.
Isn't her debit being
We'll just
put-
ask her how people get her money. I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a really good.
unless she has Venmo, but I doubt she has even email.
With reverse mortgages.
And
Now, see, now that
Absolutely, that's another part. That's a good
if I
point.
were getting
See,
paid, I
life
wouldn't be
insurance.
doing it.
I mean,
Right?
I wouldn't even have to trust
No.
for Dan McKenzie to protect
No.
myself.
Correct.
this is protected against.
It's automatically.
automatic.
Oh, it's
You know what happened? to
excellent.
locations?
So.
Cyrano.
Our website, check. That's check. Enter it now at khow.com. Keep listening to win on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooters gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, try to make your life a little bit better. You find yourself in a bind, we've got people at referrallist.com, including attorneys, contractors, you pretty much name it, professionals, stores that are here to help you. We love what we do. We've recovered over $300 million in cash, merchandise exchanges, refunds directly due to this show over the years. 303 Martino's the phone number. Make sure you tell your friends, your family. If they need help, we want to hear from them. 303 Martino, and that number works on or off the air. You can also email us at any time at help@troubleshooter.com. Now, we were talking to Annette last hour. I'm going to bring her back up, and we're going to finish up with her real quick. Then we're going to move on to Jennifer. She's got a problem with the Ford dealership in Pueblo. And then Sean has an issue with Neo Orthodontics. We used to actually do advertising for Neo, like, I want to say 10 years ago, maybe even longer. And then Martin's got a problem with Appliance Factory Outlet. We get that call quite a bit. It seems to be a little less than it used to be, but I have definitely had the Appliance Factory Outlet call before, and it's usually about their warranty sucks. We're going to dig into that. But Annette, here's the bottom line. And let me just recap. Annette's got a problem. She's on SSDI. She's got every ailment you can imagine. And basically, she's supposed to get about $900 to $1,000 on the first of every month. Through SSDI. They basically load up her debit card. A lot of times it doesn't happen. A couple months ago, it didn't happen until the 5th or 6th. And what that does is that creates 3 late fees. 2 $15 late fees and a $25 late fee. Right, Annette?
Correct.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Deputy Doc on it. He's going to call you up off air, and he's going to call up each of those 3 places, the electric company, the apartment complex, as well as the medical bill collection people. And we're going to try to get them to move the due dates, and we're pretty good at getting this done. Doc's really good at this. Moved to say the 15th. That way, if it does come in late, it's not going to create these extra charges for you. But we're also going to send you $55 because we're not going to have time to move these right now, and a lot of these late fees kick in tomorrow. So how do we get you $55? What's the easiest way to do that?
By mail or usually it's in my cash app, and I just have to do it through my son.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have Suzanne figure that part out. Suzanne, you can get on that. So you hold on, Annette. We're going to get you the $55 so you don't go that into the hole. And then Deputy Doc's going to call you up later on, and he's going to call up each of these places and try to get it moved, because that's going to be a lot easier than trying to get Uncle Sam to be on time. So, hey, we appreciate you calling, and tell your friends and stuff. Got it?
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hold on. We got to get some more information from you. 303-713-8255. We'll have one line open in a few minutes. Jennifer, you've been holding the longest. What's going on?
Hi. We have a problem with Alpine Ford in Pueblo, Colorado.
Got it.
And I know you've had another caller in the past call about them, and you were able to help them.
We've probably had more than one, but that's cool. So what's going on? What happened?
Well, I have adult children. They're very young. They're in their 20s. They went in Saturday, kind of started negotiating a deal, went back Monday morning.
Hey, wait a second, Jennifer. You're going a little too fast. Generally, I try to speed people up, but were they buying a new car, a used car, and who went in? Brother, sister, husband, wife? Who was it?
It was my son, Chase, and his pregnant wife, Maddie.
Got it.
Went in to purchase, it started with a used truck, but the mileage that was online for that truck was underestimated than the actual mileage.
What was? I'm curious. What did they advertise it as?
A used pickup truck, and the mileage was off by about, I think he said 10,000 miles on that one. And a couple other ones, the mileage were off.
You know, to me, that sounds like false advertising. You know, the dealer board doesn't take to that very nicely. And people might think I'm, overreaching there. But I'm telling you something. When you lie to get people to come in, the old bait and switch. You say, hey, I've got a vehicle that's got, let's take a Hyundai, for instance, that's been certified. That would have a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. They advertise it as 95,000, but you show up, it's got 105. There's no warranty, and they try to put you into something else. I think that's some sneaky crap. But anyhow, Jennifer, so they show up on a Saturday. They're showed a few different vehicles. Did they end up signing any paperwork? Did they buy anything?
No, they actually went back on Monday with one of their trade-ins. They were trading in a Mazda CX-90 that was about a year old that they were having issues with.
What do you mean a year old?
The warranty, something with one of the computer parts on the engine, and their warranty was almost up, and it had already been back to the dealership multiple times.
So wait a minute. They had, what year was this Mazda?
2024.
So they had a 2024 Mazda. They were going to trade in, possibly on another used vehicle?
No, on a brand, they landed on a brand new 2024, supposedly brand new pickup truck that already had over 1,000 miles.
Okay, so they show up, that's fine. So they show up and they have the trade in. What happens?
Well, they trade in one. They have a camper. It's a 2018 Montana Keystone. It's a big old honking camper, right? So they sold their pickup truck, and they were like, we'll just keep the camper. And then they decided they wanted to get rid of the camper, but nobody owns a pickup truck big enough to get the camper down to be looked at.
Who's going to look at it? Where are they going to sell it? Was Alpine Ford going to offer them money for it?
Well, they were trying every dealership but Alpine Ford. We live out in Pueblo West, and I don't know if you've ever been down here. There's not very many car dealerships in Pueblo or Canyon City, so they ended up at Alpine Ford.
Yeah.
Other dealerships had said, we can't give you a trade-in, obviously, without seeing the camper. Well, Alpine Ford was more than happy to make a deal with my kids without seeing the camper.
Okay, so how much did they offer for the camper?
Okay, I have all of their paperwork here. And
oh Lord, hold on, Jennifer. I just gotta understand something. I'm gonna have you send that to us during the break so I can look at it. But here's what I want to understand. They go back down Monday, and if I got this right, they made a deal to trade in a camper and trade in the 2024 Mazda on a new vehicle from Alpine Ford. Is that at least correct?
That's correct.
But the trailer or the camper, they couldn't get down there because they didn't have a truck big enough, but yet they still offered them X amount of money for the camper.
They did.
And is all this in the paperwork? When I look at the paperwork says X amount for the camper trade-in, X amount for the Mazda trade-in.
That part, I have not been able to actually locate where it's itemized Mazda.
So what does it say on the, well, I'm going to see the paperwork in a second. Hold on. I'm dying to figure out what these guys signed for in writing. That's what's going to matter here. And then I assume, and we're all going to find out, including everybody listening, Jennifer, we're going to find out, like, did they finally get the camper down there and now they don't want it? Are they reneging on the deal? I mean, I'm dying to know what's going on. Hold tight. And Sean, Martin, Candy, you guys are up after that. We are fucking slammed. What is this?
That's my power supply.
Oh.
A weird looking power supply.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah. It's got a spying device.
Fix It 24/7. I promise you, you're going to want to go to fixmyhome.com, their website, and call them up to get a free second opinion. If you've had someone out and they're looking at your air conditioner and they want to sell you a new one, they give you like a $12,000 bid, or maybe a broken furnace or a water heater or an electrical box, something. If you think the price was too high, it probably was. I want you to call up Fix It 24/7 for a free second opinion. You have absolutely zero to lose. Best scenario, they beat the heck out of the price. Actually, best scenario, you don't even need what they're trying to sell you, the other company, and Fix-It comes out and fixes whatever it is for a cheap price. Or they beat the price on a new air conditioner or whatever it happens to be. You got to take advantage of a free second opinion. FixMyHome.com. That's FixMyHome.com. CMG, John Clace. I love John. In fact, my son is dealing with John in CMG Mortgage right now. They're going to have the entire deal done in about 2.5 weeks. That was from going to CMG, and I'll give you the website, filling out the application to closing. Everything is going to be done in less than 3 weeks. These guys are so quick. But what I really love about them and why I personally use them and my family uses them, they are the direct lender. There's no middleman. When you call up most of these places, all they do is go to CMG and other mortgage bankers and get different rates. Then they up it and sell it to you, and they take the spread. CMG is the lender. They loan $2 billion plus out each and every month. You're going to get the best rates on a mortgage, the best rates on a reverse mortgage, and they're the only ones that I know of that have the all-in-one loan. That is a 30-year line of credit. It's great for contractors. It's great for anybody in business because it's offset by whatever you have in the bank. So your payment could be zero on your house. Call up John, 303-882-6679. John Clace, 303-882-6679. The best rates, the best lendings, or go to partnerinlending.com. That's partnerinlending.com. I'm going to tell you about Chris. Chris owns discountbath.com. I don't know any other bathtub or bathroom remodeler or, tub to shower conversion company that has discount prices, upfront transparent pricing as well. These guys have great warranties. A lot of projects can be done within 1 or 2 weeks, but they'll come out, they'll give you all the ideas. Maybe you're getting rid of the tub and you already have a shower. They can redo the shower to look beautiful, porcelain walls. They can redo the commode area. They can enlarge the closet. They can do it all. A partial bathroom remodel or a complete. In fact, they have remodels. You ready for this? Starting at under $10,000. You realize for those kind of prices, it just adds value to your house. Check them out, discountbath.com. That's discountbath.com.
Tom Martino Show. Yes, Tom Martino Show. Oh, yes, I have you back. Yeah, okay, no problem. We've got you up. Okay, hang on for me.
Oh, did you?
Hey, how's it going? I just unplugged
And
it.
guess what they did? They booked it a few days ahead. We should have thought of this because Matt and Monica use it all the time. Spot Hero. So then you reserve your parking garage, and they still walk 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But you reserve it for $25.
I never heard of it.
And you go into the parking garage. Because a lot of parking garages participate in the Spot Hero, right?
There's people who have spots that they just lease out.
Like, do you vouch for it?
Oh, yeah. We use it nonstop.
Yeah, Matt and Monica use it all the time, too.
It was impressive how close we were able to get.
No,
thanks, Chuck. Yep, yes, sir. Thank you. But it was fun.
Did you get this figured out? I don't know what the...
Should I? Yeah,
No,
we're
it's
good.
all right here. I don't think it works anymore.
Which part? The charging? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So make sure I was plugged in there.
Jeez, so did Joe leave?
Yes, he did.
That thing got funky, so I just did my best.
That works. I just don't want to pull on it, so I'll let that be. But yeah, he just took off. Yeah.
Okay, Candy, this is an OB as well.
Let me just turn this one silent.
Yeah, he ran some numbers for me on an annuity. It's really impressive right now.
That's awesome. Yeah.
What was more impressive is I can use the equity in my home. And I can't tell you how much it bugs me to know that I have a huge amount of equity that's not working at all. That's just free money.
Yeah. Just sits in the walls. That's how it happens.
I don't know who the fuck is using it, but I know it's not me.
It's the banks. That's the good old banking system for you. But yeah, that's a good idea though. Just to take some of that and have it work for you because your value will appreciate or depreciate.
Really bugs me. Plus, I didn't realize this until Joe told me a few minutes ago. Those annuities are automatically protected from credit threats without me having to establish
lawsuits,
trust
nothing. Yep.
to Dan.
Yep. That and life insurance. Two things.
It's like discovering another dimension.
No, I'm glad that you talked with him about it, because that's definitely a nice way to kind of take advantage of it.
I think a lot of your customers will come from the fact that they would discover that they can use equity in the past to buy these.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up, and I'll talk
Hey,
about it.
fix it.
Because it's definitely.
Yeah, I saw that.
A lot
Yeah.
of people sell homes and they put it in there. Some people get a little nervous with interest rates right now, but it's just. I mean, the point of it is you can make that back. Not only with the
All right, it came right in, 450. Came in perfectly.
Who? What came in?
The appraisal. These are appraisers. They just look at the price and put it in there. I swear to God, I wish I got paid for that. How much do you need it to be? $486,740. Yeah. Well, you'll never guess what.
It's 400.
It's worth exactly that.
I know.
She was a big minority woman.
That is funny. That's exactly how appraisers are.
Now Dragon has 2 Drew clips. I can't go number 2 anymore, and the big minority woman. Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't go number 2 anymore.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, this hour brought to you by Frank Duran, the real estate man. You want the best realtor out there. You want a guy that sells more homes in 1 month for more money than most realtors in the entire state of Colorado sell in a year. You call up Frank. I am not kidding. He has saved us so much money when he negotiated the house we live in. And when he sold our house in Castle Rock, he got more for our model than anybody else did at the time for the same exact model in Red Hawk. That was a neighborhood. The guy's unbelievable. He is a negotiation machine, a negotiating machine. Check him out at frankduranhomes.com. I promise not one person in 20 years that we have sent to Frank has ever been upset. Everybody's happy. Everybody uses them multiple times. frankduranhomes.com. And by the way, Fix It 24/7 Renee is who I was talking about. Free second opinions. Here's a perfect example. She emailed me. We got a quote on a new AC. They said we had to do the furnace at the same time. It was like $13,000. Is that a good price? Well, I don't know. Nor do I know, Renee, whether you need the furnace and air conditioner or if those can be fixed. But if you go to fixmyhome.com, they will come out and give you a free second opinion and a better price, most likely, if you do need it. Hopefully you don't need it. That's a lot of money to spend. Fixmyhome.com. Now, we're going to go back to
Jennifer.
To Jennifer, and this one's kind of crazy. Her son and his significant other, who happens to be pregnant, went to Alpine Ford in Pueblo. And basically, the story goes like this. They're trading in a camper and a 2024 Mazda on a new vehicle. And the reason they're getting rid of the Mazda, even though it's still under warranty, I guess they've had some problems with it. But I'm not going to come in here and start beating you up. But people in their 20s and their teens, one of the biggest problems they ever have, Jennifer, is negative equity. They buy something, they pay too much for it, then they roll it into another vehicle. They still owe more, so they got to bump the prices of the new vehicle. Two or three cars down the line, here can happen, and it happens all the time. They get into an accident. I don't care if it's their fault or someone else hits them. Insurance gets involved. Insurance is only going to pay the actual value, not the negative equity. And the next thing you know, they have no vehicle, but they still owe $10,000 on them. But I'm just telling you that for future reference, they should not be buying new cars and trading in new cars. But that's not where we're at. So where are we at right now?
Oh, okay. Well, there was only 7,000 miles left on the warranty. So
Okay.
Chase was worried about the safety. So nothing against Mazda. They gave him rentals when they were working on it. So nothing against Mazda. But safety reasons for his family, he doesn't want them breaking down. But back to Alpine. So they make the deal. The interest rate fluctuated. They were told 4.9. They get in there and sign paperwork, and it was not 4.9. And kind of questioned my son, but that's another story. He's like, Mom, we just needed to do this. I was like, whatever, okay.
So what was the interest rate?
7.7.
Well, it's honestly not horrible, so keep going. His credit must be somewhat decent, so what else?
Okay. So then they give my son one of their used pickup trucks.
Well, you said it had 1,000 miles. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it's used.
Right. Well, no, they gave him a whole nother pickup truck to use to go retrieve the camper.
Oh, I got
you. They still hadn't seen it yet, but they saw pictures of it. And when they asked Chase and Maddie the quality of the camper, they said they had bought it about 1.5 years ago. It was used. They purchased.
Well, that's all right. I get it. So they lent them a truck to go get it so they could look at it. So did that happen?
Right. Well, they already, so we picked up the pickup truck, or we got the pickup truck and we went to get the camper because I went with them. We took it back to the dealership. And so I'm like, you don't need to talk to anybody. They're like, no, Mom, the deal's already done. I was like, you have already sold all of this stuff sight unseen. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, all right.
So when he brought it back to the dealership, what did they say?
One guy went and looked at it and he asked for the key, and Chase is like, it's on the pegboard inside the camper. And he's like, I can't find it. Chase is like, I have a spare one. I'll bring it to you. Well, driving back to the home, they called and said, now meanwhile, they still didn't have a key to the camper to go in and I guess turn on the camper. I'm not quite sure. To look at it, they called Chase and Maddie and said, hey, we had a buyer come in and look at it, and they said they don't want to buy it because of a floor. And I'm like, honey, what? What do you mean they had a buyer and he changed his mind and now they want to change
Hey, Jennifer, let me, I just got to speed this up a little bit. Here's what I'm interested in. I have not seen, by the way, the paperwork. I really do want to see it. Can you tell me where they're at right now? Do they own a new truck, yes or no? Or a new vehicle?
Well, they do have the pickup truck because they received an email saying they had 48 hours to bring it back.
Hold on, Jennifer.
No, a deal is
Jennifer, hold on a second, though.
Yes.
Is it the new one?
Okay. Yes, it's the new pickup
so they do have the new pickup truck. The dealer doesn't want the camper, so how much does that change the deal? How many dollars?
They did not say anything. They just demanded they bring back the pickup truck,
Okay.
and they wanted to give the kids their stuff back.
Do they still have the Mazda?
I don't know.
I would assume they still have the Mazda. So Alpine Ford is willing to completely undo the deal.
Right.
And then what is the problem with that if they want to undo the deal?
If they genuinely, they're saying there's something wrong with the camper, but Chase disclosed everything he knew with the camper.
Yeah, I got to see that paperwork. I understand what you're saying now. You want to hold them to the contract, but you're assuming the contract was, the ink is dry and it's valid, right?
Exactly.
So here's what I need. I have got to see that paperwork. When can you send that to me?
Can I text you screenshots? Because I'd have to scan it all in.
If they look good, you can. I got to be able to read it. So let me put you on hold. I'm going to keep you on hold till I can look at those. So get them over. Yes, you can text screenshots. Suzanne, on your iPhone, somehow it scans. I don't know. How does that work?
Well, I downloaded a scanner app.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to ever do that at this point.
Yeah, it converts it to a PDF, a JPG, whatever.
Jennifer, I got to be able to read it's the bottom line. Now, who's been holding the longest here? Candy, and then after Candy, Sean will get with this Orthodontics, who we actually represented like 10 or 15 years ago. That'd be an interesting one. Candy, what's going on with... Oh, I'm sorry, Candy, I so apologize. I got to hit Martin first. Then I will hit you. Martin, what is going on?
Well, what happened is in April of 2024, I bought a GE Combo Profile washer dryer.
Hey, Dragon, can you boost him a little? Or Martin, if you're on Bluetooth, get off of it. But say it again. You bought what?
I bought a GE Profile Combo washer dryer.
And you bought it from Appliance Factory Outlet?
Yes, I did. And I got an extended warranty. So here's the situation. Last Wednesday, a week ago today, somebody came out and said there is a pump went out. We will get it ordered for you, and everything will be taken care of. and they scheduled to put the pump in today. Well, yesterday I get a call from them and say, we have the pump, but there's supposed to be a motherboard that they didn't send. So we don't know when we're going to get it, but we're hoping we get it Monday.
Okay.
This coming Monday.
Got it.
And I said, so I'm going to be 2 weeks without a washer and dryer.
Well, does the actual warranty they give you, forget about the extended, does it cover any kind of time frame in the paperwork? And then does the extended warranty cover anything?
I do not know because I cannot find that paperwork, but I do have.
It's going to be a matter of contract. And let me tell you, I don't like Appliance Factory Outlet. I'm not going to get into why, but there was a period of time where we would get calls on these guys all the time. One of the people we met down there actually would get problems fixed like this, but they no longer work there. And in my opinion, Appliance Factory Outlet, just they're not in the customer service business.
Mark, I can't remember. Now, I'm not on the show as much as you, but I can't remember the last call we got, the complaint we got on Appliance Factory Outlet.
I think we've gotten probably 3 this year, maybe 4.
Oh, I did not know that. Pardon me.
Yeah, that's no big deal, though. But it's going to come down to the contract, Martin. Do we have an angel over there anymore or no?
I don't know, but if we don't, I can land one. But to me, I mean, it just sounds like he's going to be, it's 4 more days. I mean, what do? Go to a laundromat. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but to me, this is what it is, Mark.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're going to budge.
I asked them.
Wait a second. They're willing
I asked them.
They're willing to fix everything, right, Martin?
Next day air. What's that?
They're willing to fix everything.
There were weeks when he should have taken less than 1. I asked them why they can't ship it next day air, and they said, well, that's to GE. And if I wanted to call GE and make arrangements, I could do that.
Yeah. See, to me, who happens, Mark? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Martin, I somewhat agree with Suzanne on this. It's like it's 4 days. We have ones where the ice maker has gone out on LG appliances that takes 6 months. And there's just not much you're going to do. I'll be honest, Martin. I think you got to just suck this one up, Buttercup. Hold tight.
This is
usually they're not charging you anything.
Usually it's like 1 year on the actual. Because I
bought one from. They're just not happy because
but the point is, they're doing it.
Oh, exactly.
They're fulfilling their obligations.
Yeah, because I bought a new washer from them, and it's like one of the smart ones. And, and
hey, Martin.
The what?
The 1 year covered it. I got an extended one just in case because they said the same thing. The motherboard went out, and it wasn't that bad. It only took about a week, but it is what it is.
But I mean, he's making a big deal out of 4 days.
Yeah.
They should be happy that they're fulfilling their promise with the warranty.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, 2 weeks is.
I bought a refrigerator from them for $150.
I was say,
only for my poker room.
Yeah, it's scratch or whatever, doesn't matter.
Right, the poker. If it falls, if something happens, just throw it out and get another one for $150.
No, I think I bought mine. Mine just had a dent on the side, which doesn't even matter. It faces the wall. So
Lee Habib.
But it saved, saved like $600, $500.
Hey, hold on, guys.
What are we going to do without pizza this week?
You know, I love products that generally pay for themselves. I'm talking about quiet, cool, whole house fans. It gets rid of all that hot air up in the attic and on that top floor. Just gets rid of it, gets it right out into the atmosphere. Along with the hot air, it gets rid of the dander and it gets rid of all the exhaust and the pathogens and the dust and everything in your house. Maybe even dangerous gases, smoke, if maybe you're a smoker. You get the idea. It gets rid of all of it. It brings in the nice cool air from the basement, and the house can actually drop 10, 20 degrees in a matter of minutes. What I love about it, though, is it can save you up to 90% off your AC cost. You know, Colorado, it's nice and cool at night. You pump that into the house, you buckle up the windows, it stays nice and cool for the majority of the day. People saving 50 to 90% off the AC cost. You got to check these guys out, and it's nice and quiet. It's operated by a remote. It's so cool. No more hot, sleepless nights. No more high AC bills. And the installation is very fast, clean, and extremely professional by the folks at QCcolorado.com. Check them out up and down the Front Range, Colorado Springs, all the way to Fort Collins, QCColorado.com. Quit wasting money, QCColorado.com. Can you punch in a 40-year-old, 250,000, retires at 70?
I don't have it at my laptop on me.
Oh, okay.
It's in the. I can go get it in the car though if you want me to go run and get it.
Maybe at the 1 o'clock.
Okay, I can go run and grab that. Okay. Let's see if I can try to do it on my phone. What'd you want? I can maybe do it on my phone here.
Oh, jeez.
And you said what age, Mark?
40.
40 and 250?
Yeah, I'd say 250 and retires at, I don't know. What's a 40-year-old going to retire at then?
65, 63.
Say 70.
Okay. I'll do it here on my phone. Let's see what it looks like.
Okay. Here's Alpine Ford stuff.
Oh, cool.
Do you want me to forward it?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ooh, that's rough.
I'll tell you one thing, when I talk to my cohorts and other people about retiring, they say, make sure you have something to do.
I will try to help you with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Because if you're sitting around with nothing to do all day, you'll go nuts.
It's the truth. I see clients that retire even 5 years from when I first met them, and they just, the age hits them if they just sit back and kick back on the chair.
Right.
I see them just age tremendously.
I don't know how you're going to digest this. Let's see this.
Send it to Dimitri to eyeball.
Trade allowance, 51 grand.
Did you get that? Did that wire go through?
Did you get a message?
No, I didn't get anything.
Okay. I emailed them this morning going, I need to make sure all my documentation's fine. So I was going to wait till after the show. If I didn't hear back from them, I'll call them. Did they say what time closing is?
What?
Did they confirm closing yet?
We're getting there. I mean, the money needs to be there today or tomorrow. So, I mean, the money needs to be there, period.
Well, I set the money to be wired tomorrow.
See if they'll do it today.
That being said, at least I think.
I thought you said you were having it done today. Because that gives us zero. Because if it doesn't go through tomorrow, Friday we're fucked. Which means it's not going to happen. Unless you tell Nicole, I guess I can close with cash. I don't know how I'm going to get on an airplane with $100,000.
I would not be panicking about any of this stuff right now. I'll get it figured out.
That would be good enough for me, Mark.
Okay, let me look at this. Oh, Jesus, you're not kidding. Oh, my God, they bought everything.
Oh, I got a message. Okay, here. Please add the file number and property address listed on your wire instructions to the form.
All right, 303-713-8255. I did get that contract from the Ford dealer. We're going to get her back up after the break. I'm going to have Deputy D eyeball this. I'll tell you the first thing I saw. I want to tell you this. So Let me pull this back up. This drives me nuts. Okay. So, service contract information. Remember, Alpine Ford, her kid's in his 20s. I'm going to tell you the different things they sold him. Drives me nuts. Tire and wheel road hazard protection. Alloy wheels cosmetic repair. Paintless dent repair. Windshield repair. Key protection total benefit. Key protection. They sold him key protection. Did you hear what I just said? Key protection. I'm baffled why anybody would buy all this mop and glow when they buy a car. It's absolutely insane. But I want to see if this contract is said and done. I want to see if it's said and done. And then we're going to figure out why Alpine Ford decided that they don't want to take the trade-in if they agreed to take it. We'll find out. Now, who do I got up here next?
One quick question.
Go ahead.
With all that mop and glow that they sold them,
yeah,
the smart thing is to undo the deal.
Well, I think so too, but
the next time he buys a car,
yeah,
he learns a little bit. I would undo that deal in a heartbeat.
I probably would too, Doc, but I mean, let's see. I mean, they don't want to undo it, so we'll see what's happening.
I thought they did. Oh, you mean the people, the buyers?
The buyers don't want to undo it for whatever reason. Hey,
they don't realize what they bought.
Deputy D, we sent you that Alpine Ford agreement. I'm trying to figure out is if the camper, I want to know if the agreement was signed by both parties and was the camper on there with the dollar amount for the trade-in. I don't know what they're doing with that. So see what you can find out about that. Sean, you've been holding a while. By the way, we have 2 lines open. First time the entire show we've had any lines open. 303 Martino, you've been ripped off, need help. 303 Martino. We have 2 lines open now. Let's see here. Sean, what is going on? Neo Orthodontics. I forget the guy's name. Yeah, Dr. Lawson.
Dr. Lawson.
Yeah, we advertised for them probably, I want to say 10 years ago.
It probably was because I found him through his Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ.
That's right.
To give me some help. And then he'd come on the show a couple times and he'd started Neo office.
Yeah, Neo was pretty interesting. Instead of doing what people would think of as like braces or a retainer, well, I guess it kind of was a retainer, but they'd start people younger with the hopes they'd never have to go into braces, but still kind of straighten the teeth. But I'm not going to, I don't want to go down that road. So what's going on?
So I finished my program with Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, but I was still having like semi-annual visits to make sure things were on track. And during that time, my daughter, who is almost 9 now, I think we've been, about 3 years into the first level of my brace program. We paid our end of the contract, and that was supposed to include all of our Myo braces because they increase in size or strength or.
Yeah, how much did you pay, by the way?
Probably about $3,500.
And what did and what's the issue now? You paid $3,500 and now what?
We got an email in January saying they closed their offices. He just stopped working. He said all of our files have been transferred to another orthodontist.
Who was it?
Dr. Omart, Ohmart.
Did he sell the practice? Did he retire? What do you know?
I think he was having medical problems.
Oh, he's sick.
And he just closed it.
Is he still with us?
Yes, I believe so. One of his assistants is over at the new orthodontics practice. She said they had to transfer the files that they're required to. So Omar did not buy Neo, and he gave us a free consultation and then never called us back for.
So basically, you want the care you paid for, but yet this guy's out of business.
He's out of business. There's a Facebook group called Neo Orthodontics Fraud. I want my money back. I am not in the worst. I am like there are people who were in.
I don't know what you. Hey, Doc, let me ask you something. When a doctor goes out of business, I don't care if it's because they're sick or they run out of money or whatever happens. what typically happens? Isn't it just like any other corporation?
Yeah.
Someone can force them into bankruptcy, I guess.
Well, the only thing is the records have to be kept for, I know in medical practices for 7 years, in OB practices, believe it or not, for 18 years.
Because the kid becomes,
right, until the kids become an adult. But there's some, I'm sure the dentists have a time frame for which they have to keep the records.
So the records are probably over at whoever you said
right.
he turned his practice over to.
They might not be. They're looking, but apparently he didn't even inform the record company. And so some of our records may be completely lost.
I don't know what to make of this, meaning I don't know what to do with it. I mean, you could force him, I guess, into bankruptcy if he didn't go bankrupt. Do you know if they filed bankruptcy? Did you ever get anything?
I never got anything. It doesn't look like that's what he's done. There's on the Facebook page it says he might be in assisted living now.
Oh my God, what happened to him so quick? How do you go from practicing?
He might have had a stroke, Mark.
Oh, I didn't think of that, Doc. Something like that. We got to figure out what happened to him. But Sean, I don't know what we could possibly do to get him to cough up money. I don't think there's any legal way of doing it without forcing him into some kind of bankruptcy.
Well, Mark, I looked. There's a Facebook group. They have called the Attorney General's office. They filed with the licensing board, DORA.
Sure.
And really, that's all they can do at this point. And, because the Attorney General and DORA are going to follow up. I'm not sure what we can do as individuals if they've already contacted the two agencies.
Here's what I'd really
that I
like.
would have suggested.
Here's what I'd like to figure out, Doc. If you could figure this out, what happened to him? I'd like to know if he's alive. Forget about the money aspect. That's secondary. I would like to figure out what happened to him. Because if he's not even alive, none of this matters. And I don't know. Didn't someone tell me they saw he's got a nice condo?
Yeah, Mark.
That's on the Facebook group. Somebody put a post on there that says, look at all the nice things he bought with our money that we don't get back.
How many people are on this group?
Less than 60, I think, right now.
That's a hell of a lot. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, we had a very similar call just a few months ago when I was working over at Tom's home studio, and I researched this matter for a few hours.
For Neo?
Yeah.
Same thing, same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
And what'd you find out?
Well, they just vanished, and it's true what our caller says. One of the ladies that worked in his office now works at this other practice, but this other practice didn't buy this former practice. They just got referred. Their patients got referred. So the new practice has no responsibility.
No, they have no responsibility, but they might not. They might know what the hell happened to this guy.
I did uncover the doctor's home address and some of the regulatory filings that I found. And at the time, and this was, I want to say in February, at the time, his condo was for sale. So
was he living there? You don't know.
Well, I have no idea. I just saw it on Zillow.
And why do you think he's in assisted living, Sean? Is that just a rumor going around the Facebook?
Yeah, and then my dentist today, who's going to take over our orthodontic care for our daughter, thought that perhaps there was a Guillain-Barré response to a COVID vaccination, and he got very shaky. They told us he had a fall in the office. He was not.
Hey, Doc.
All there.
She just made me think of something. Like an attorney has to hold everybody's money in a trust account for like a retainer or for anything. Does a doctor have to have a trust account for each patient?
I don't know, because we really...
Hey, do me a favor. Hold on. You know what? Let's get Marco Bendinelli on. Marco might know the answer to that, because if this guy... I've got some questions for Marco. I want to find this out. Everybody hold tight. Donna, Candy, Jerry, you're up next. And Sean, make sure we have your information. I don't know if I can get Marco Bendinelli on right now, but I want to talk to an attorney that's done med mal and some other stuff. And I'm curious if a doctor has to hold money in trust. And if he doesn't, what happens? Is there a bond? Did you have to have a bond or something, Doc? I know you had to have insurance.
Well, we had malpractice insurance, but the thing is...
Well, if someone prepaid for a birth, it just never happens.
It was so rare.
I got
that
you.
It wasn't something we even thought about.
All right, I got a break.
Now, if
99.9% of our patients was insurance.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I got those numbers ran, so I'm good to go.
So, if somebody prepaid, let's say for a birth, and it was enough, it wasn't enough that we'd have to worry about it. We always had that much cash around. I borrowed it from D, and he
I'm
gave me pretty
surprised
good
though if his
interest rates.
malpractice insurance wouldn't cover some of that though for the people.
Well, malpractice wouldn't cover
What the people were going after him for?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess he can stop him.
Hold on, guys.
If Marco doesn't know the answer, I can get the answer.
K&H Home Solutions, man, I don't care if it's doors, windows, siding. These guys have what you're looking for, and they've been doing it since 1956. Maybe you had hail damage, they can help you out with that. The other thing is, if it's just time for those new doors because your house is dated or that new siding, give these guys a call. You're going to love them. And when it comes to windows, they now feature Alpine windows made right here in Colorado. Maybe you have a nice house up in Evergreen or in the mountains. These things are so efficient, it's absolutely insane. Alpine high-performance products, you're going to love it. Check these guys out at khwindows.com. If you're looking for siding, doors, sliders, any of this stuff, at least get the bid. You're going to love the company. You're going to love the product. khwindows.com. Now, let me tell you about Excel Roofing. Gosh, here's a company that will not ask for one penny until the job's done and you're content. Their motto is actually, you don't pay a cent until you're content. I don't know of any other roofers that do that. If you think you had hail damage at one of these last storms, I want you to call Jay up, and he'll send some guys out to check out your roof. Don't call your insurance company first. Call the experts. They'll tell you if they have damage or if you have damage. And if you do, then you call your insurance company. But if you call the insurance company first and there's not enough damage or no damage, you're going to end up on a clue report. You call Excel first. These are the guys, one of the best roofers, if not the largest in Colorado. They're here to stay. If you got an issue in the future, they're right here in town for warranty work, unlike the door knockers that just follow the storms. Check them out at excelroofing.com. That's excelroofing.com. John Fuller, Fuller Law. Oh, my goodness. He got us every cent the at-fault party created. I mean, basically every cent they had in insurance, and John didn't do it just once for us. He did it twice. He's a personal injury attorney, and he has a personal approach to personal injury. You're going to deal with John. He's got a great team around him, but when you want to talk to John, when you want to talk to the attorney, you will talk to John. He'll even give you a cell phone number. Here's the deal, though. You want an attorney that's aggressive, that goes after every nickel that person owes you. And John, like I said, not only did it once for us, he did it twice in less than a year and a half. Call John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500. He'll answer any questions. He even fills in for Tom and myself right here on the Troubleshooter Show when we're both out of town. 303-597-4500. John Fuller. Okay. I hate when people are telling me there's something and it's just not there. Here it is, review document.
So I'm just about done with all of the Alpine Ford paperwork.
Got it. Okay, sign. What did Miles want, babe?
I don't know. Ask questions.
Okay, appraisal. Did you get that Alpine stuff?
Yep. I've looked at everything now. There are about 10 pages.
Okay.
So I can provide some feedback if you want me to. There's
Definitely.
something interesting in it. A couple of very interesting things.
Okay, completed document. Done.
Holy crap!
Yep, done.
Tom missed a bunch of spots
I
yesterday.
had
That's
one.
unlike him.
You're welcome to talk about me all you want. Just don't mention my actual birthday. No, I wouldn't. Or social security number.
Don't you, or I'll leave those
Or
out.
credit card number.
Yeah, we'll leave those ones out. Yeah, we do our radio show with Mark, and that's the one thing my dad doesn't want us to talk about is his age. So.
Is what?
His age.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
So we get that.
If you based everything off of his retirement age, everybody'd be getting about 100,000 a fucking month.
He's dead now, right? Yeah. I still can't get over his whole breakdown. I'm sure you've heard it. It's
Nice.
like classic radio.
Now I just got to
Where
book
he's
her.
like, I
So
don't
we
know
close
why
on
they make
Tuesday,
me do
and
these
the last
things
part
about
of
a
it
dead dog,
almost got
right in
done.
the
We're
middle of,
almost
you
done.
know.
Today or Tuesday?
Or Monday. Thank you.
Like,
Oh, so you're closing on Monday?
Yeah, he is.
You don't have to be there, right?
Yeah, we want to be there. We don't have to be there, no.
Is
Well, as long as the gift letter is all good.
Is Frank going to be there?
No, Frank had nothing to do with it.
Oh, really?
Frank can't do anything in
Kansas
or Nebraska.
Nebraska.
He got internet too, babe. He found it for $50 a month, fiber.
Press on with his gaming.
Yeah, I got Quantum for $60 a month.
That might be who he just said.
Yeah, Quantum has been really good for me.
Hey, what happened? It's like all of a sudden, what happened to the last segment, Dragon? What'd you do with it? What happened to it, man?
Tom kicked it out. We're no longer doing that third segment.
Oh, okay.
Fourth segment.
We might as well. At this point, we might as well. I cannot believe. Do you see all the ones he missed yesterday, babe? I've never seen Tom miss so many spots. I've never seen it. I almost think he missed Water Pros, Renew, KH.
That's Wednesday. Yesterday
Oh.
was Tuesday.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so I did
You have to
Duran.
teach Mark how to read a calendar.
Shut up, Doc. Renew. Damn it. Did he have Compass on yesterday? Do you remember anybody?
He marked Compass off for Friday.
Okay. He must have had Compass on. I'll come back and do Water Pros. So I guess I can book our flight on Southern Airways. Why fly? Why fly someone safe when you can save money with Southern?
I need to prepare to do the update on this.
On next.
Then
Yeah.
we'll go over those numbers.
Yeah,
And just talk about them on the air.
Yeah.
That helps you guys market your...
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so we would leave there, babe. I want to get this right. We would fly out Sunday, and we would be back Tuesday.
What time Tuesday?
I don't know yet. I'm just picking dates.
Okay, well, let me know.
It's not like they have a lot to choose from on Southern Airways going to Shatter.
But Connie's house sitting for someone else Tuesday, so she's got to leave our house early. That's why I wanted to know.
Passengers, 2 adults. Okay. And search. But when we leave, we're going to want to leave at noon. What time do we land from Georgia?
Fritzy, what are you doing? We land at 9 a.m.
Okay. We're going to be Denver. The only flight they have, we leave at 7:25 a.m. So we'll be in Denver by 8:30 in the morning.
What are you talking about? Coming back on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the only one they have. So
Tuesday. What time are we flying out on Sunday?
noon. So we won't even leave the airport. I think I'm going to book it through my credit card, save money, or make more points. I'm a point hoarder, people. I can't spend the points. I just keep fucking hoarding.
Yeah, same day.
Hoarding. No, hoarding.
Yes, that's a good one, too. Let's go with that one.
Exactly. Okay, find flights. It's so funny I can book Southern Airways, who literally flies in Colorado. They fly one route to and from Shatter.
Yep.
And I can actually book it through Capital One, on which is insane.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so that one.
All right, I've gone through all the paperwork on the Alpine Ford deal.
Thank you, Dimitri.
All of it.
God
I'm
bless.
ready to provide.
That was brain damage me looking. I'm like, what the hell am I looking at?
I'm ready to provide.
Tell me when we're back on, folks. Be so kind. Come on, son of a bitch. Okay, 2 travelers.
So don't you think they should just undo the whole deal?
Oh, yeah, you won't believe some of the shit they put in here, how much it adds up to.
Right, all as we say, mop and glow.
Mop and glow.
Yeah, if they're willing to undo it.
Well, we should get her back on.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Her name is...
Hey, Kelly, we need to get someone back on. Jennifer with the Pueblo Ford.
Okay.
Alpine Ford and Pueblo.
Alpine Ford.
I'm going to turn this. I'm sorry, YouTubies. I'm turning off that Crown BS and who's the top fan. I don't like it.
Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at khow.com. Keep listening to win on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show that's kind of here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We're here to make your life a little bit better. You've been ripped off, maybe a bad contractor. We've been getting a lot of landlord stuff, too, man. There's a lot of scumlords out there, to be quite honest. But if you have a problem, we have a list of people, including attorneys and good contractors and cement guys and landscapers and money guys, retirement experts like Jordan Chiano, who's in studio with me today. We're going to be talking about that in between calls. But 303-713-8255. We got lines full right now. But remember this, 303 Martino works on and off the air. If you call it right now, when lines are full, it'll go directly to voicemail. We'll turn around. We'll call you back. We'll help you out whether we're on the air or not. We'll get you lined up. And then help, H-E-L-P, at troubleshooter.com. We're going to have an update coming on a deal with
Alpine Ford down there in Pueblo, Mark.
Yeah, Alpine Ford in Pueblo. We're going to get her line back up. And Kelly, get her back on so we can do that update. Dimitri went through the contract, but it's kind of interesting. Her kid went down there and was going to trade in a camper and a 2024 Mazda on a new vehicle. And when they saw the camper, they basically backed out. And I wanted to see the contract because, according to the mother, they basically were offering him the money sight unseen. So as soon as we get her up, we're going to go ahead and get that update from Dimitri. He got the contract and looked at it. The other thing we're dealing with is Sean with Neo Orthodontics. Kelly, did we have any luck getting Marco Bendinelli, our attorney, or no?
I have not heard back from him yet.
Okay, let's do this. Let's get Sean's information. As soon as we can line her up, maybe tomorrow, let's line up Marco and Sean so we have that all set up. So, Sean, give Kelly your info. We're going to get you going tomorrow. And by the way, this hour brought to you by waterpros.net, the best for less. Paul's got the best systems. Suzanne and I bought a softener from them a couple years ago. The thing is absolutely wonderful. Of course, it's the whole house. It cost us more than half price of the competition, but he's got one now I want to tell you about. Not only is it a water softener and it gets rid of the chlorine, but it gets rid of the forever chemicals in your entire house. You need to check it out. It's less than $3,700. Other people sell this thing for over $10,000. Forever chemicals are everywhere. If you're in Parker, Castle Rock, they're worse in a lot of places. You got to do a little research. You want to get these out of your body. You don't want them in there. Get the water system, waterpros.net, the best for less, waterpros.net. Now, let's jump over to Candy's been holding a while. Hey, Candy, what's going on with Action Appliance?
Well, I have called them because I heard some good reviews about them. So my refrigerator was making a really loud noise, and it was forming ice in my refrigerator. So they came out, and the technician, I guess, was here a couple of hours.
You know, these bastards accosted me years ago. I just pulled up their, they're in this little white building in Aurora. Are they out of Aurora?
They are.
I went down there, this is years ago, before COVID, and I was serving them for a caller. So I grabbed an old Amazon box. This is one of my tricks for the deputies. You grab an Amazon box, everybody wants an Amazon package. And I'd had the paperwork, the service inside the Amazon box. So they open the door up, I walk in, and I said, hey, you've been served. And I put the box down. This lady picks up the box and throws it at my head and says, get the hell out of here. It was all live on the radio.
I like this lady already.
Ah, shut up. It was all live, too. It was 100%. And, of course, I yakkied it up. I was like, Tom, they're throwing stuff at me. They're hitting me, blah, blah, blah. I mean, these guys suck.
Hey, Mark,
if it's the same ownership, I can't stand these guys.
If they don't open the box, are they served?
No, they were served. So what happened, Candy? What is your deal?
The lady I talked to yesterday was horrible. So the guy came out, and he said that it was a defrost heater malfunction and an evap fan motor.
What is it? What is it? A refrigerator? What is it?
Yeah, it was a refrigerator.
Okay. What brand?
Samsung.
And it's just out of warranty, so you called Action.
Right.
Okay.
So came out and he spent 2 hours trying to get the ice off of the plate that sits in the back of the refrigerator where the motor and everything sits.
You mean just because it was so frozen?
Yep.
Wow, okay. So he spent 2 hours doing that. Then what?
With my hair dryer, nonetheless.
Nice. Professional.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So he ordered the parts and they were like $631. And I'm like, well,
Okay.
I trust you. I heard, okay. He put them in.
I heard about the time you accosted Marc Mager. Yes, keep going.
And so put them in, and I said, so this is the problem, and I'm going to be good. He said, oh, yeah. He said, this will last for 2-3 years. And I'm like, great, fantastic, thanks a lot.
And this is all last week, right?
5:30 it happened.
5:30 when? A couple months ago. Let me guess, it broke? Where are we at?
A month ago, he came out.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so he put the parts in. A week and a half later, the same noise started. And it started icing up. And I'm like, well, okay, maybe it's just cycling soda or something.
Or it could have been a bad part. It could have been anything. So what was it?
Yeah. So I called the office again, and I said, the noise is still happening, and I have ice in my refrigerator again.
Jeez.
Well, we'll send a tech out and have him check. So he came out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And said, and he couldn't get the back of the plate off of the refrigerator either because it was so
frozen
again. So he said, oh, well, you need the sensors. You need 2 sensors that's causing the issues. And I said, so what you're saying is the sensors.
So in other words, you didn't need those other parts.
That's what I'm thinking.
So what did they say when you said that? So I need the sensors. Why didn't you tell me that a week ago?
And I asked her that, and she said, well, it's just like a car. You take it in, and maybe the next day something else is wrong with it. And I'm like,
well, okay, you know what? It's possible that can happen, but it sounds kind of shady to me. So then what?
Well, yeah, because the noise is back.
How much are the sensors?
Almost $400.
So what did you do? Did you get them?
No, I called her again, and I tried to explain to her the situation, and I said, this just isn't acceptable. And now you want $400 more from me.
And what'd they say?
And they said, well, that's how much they cost, and we'll order them for you. And I said, I don't think so. I said, I'm going to think about it. And I explained to her how, that I think maybe...
How many days afterwards did that sound start again, Candy?
Week and a half.
Week and a half. Hold on. Here's what I want, Kelly. Call these guys up. Action Appliance. I swear to God, as soon as I saw that building, I started having PTSD. So do me a favor, call them up, see if they'll come on the air. They're going to probably hang up on you. I don't know. I mean, that was a long time ago. But let's see if we can't get them on the air. I find it awful strange. She spends $600. Granted, other things can break. I get it. But my goodness, what are the chances, right? What are the chances? Now, Jennifer's son went to Alpine Ford. We kind of already recapped it. So, Jennifer, I'm going to let Dimitri somewhat take over here. He read through the contract. Dimitri, what did you find?
Well, a couple of things jumped out at me, Mark. So Jennifer sent us at least 5 documents, and I read them all. The important one is the sales contract itself. And there are a couple of things that struck me here. First of all, the camper is not mentioned on it. Under the trade-in, only the Mazda CX-90 is listed. There's no mention of any camper.
Okay.
And the entire deal, I read down all the line items. There's a trade-in value. There's an estimated payoff amount. All that stuff.
Is there an interest rate?
It was like one of the previous pages. It was about 7%, 7 something. So it wasn't outrageous. But the part that's kind of seems obscene to me is there are 3 additional line items that were put on there. So there are a total of 2 warranties.
Yeah.
Now, this is a brand new truck for
I
practical
saw.
reasons. So the two warranties add up to about $6,200, and
Oh,
there's
my
gap
God.
insurance for $1,200. So I guess I have.
Are you saying there's like $8,000 of crap?
Yeah, I'm saying there's almost $8,000 of crap.
$8,000 of mop and glow. They sold to your kid, Jennifer.
So Jennifer, if they're willing to undo this deal, run over there.
They sold. Listen to what Dimitri's saying. They bought $8,000 worth of crap. They bought a brand new vehicle that has a warranty. What kind of vehicle is it?
It's a 24 Ford 150.
So it's a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, and then it might even have a powertrain. I don't know. But they sold them $8,000 worth of extended warranties. They could buy that in 3 years if they still have the vehicle. There is no reason to buy $8,000 worth of crap. Tell them to take the truck back and kiss the ground these people walk on for being morons.
Jennifer, what's the reason that you do not want to undo the deal? I never heard that part. Why
She
are you guys
probably
so
didn't
stuck
know the
on it?
kids bought all that baloney.
I didn't know about everything, but like I said, my daughter's pregnant, and it's just very stressful. They were having issues with the Mazda because it's new and the parts are kind of hard to
Get away from these people and go to another dealership.
Seriously, if they're willing to undo the deal without you losing any money on it, that's a gift.
How much was the vehicle?
It was in the 50s, like low 50s. It looks 53. The vehicle itself was 53,000,
and then $8,000 in crap.
Almost $8,000 in crap, plus a service and handling fee of.
You want to know what they bought? I'm going to give you an idea what they bought for that $8,000. Do you have it up there? Do you have up like the rim protection and the windshield protection that most insurance companies offer for next to nothing, and the free key replacement that cost $800?
So the gap insurance speaks for itself.
Well, a lot of them are junk.
I'm sure we get a lot of complaints about gaps, but of the two warranties that were purchased, there's an extended warranty for only 100,000 miles. Which doesn't get her far beyond the original factory warranty, right? And then there was approximately a $1,200 warranty for tires and windshield.
Yeah, they're going to warranty. They're going to sell you road hazard on tires that when you go to Discount Tire, you get free flat repairs, and when you buy something there, you get it for like $20.
And so, Jennifer, and listen, seriously, the camper was not a part of the deal.
Yeah, there's no. In other words, if they want the vehicle back, there's nothing we can do to make them hold to it at this point. I mean, the fact they signed the contract is crazy. Does it actually say in the agreement that it is contingent on financing?
Well,
there was one portion that said that, I think.
Yeah, if it says it's contingent on financing, they have every right in the world to ask for it back. But our real point to you is they screwed these kids so bad, in my opinion, with all this crap they sold them. I don't even know if that price is good on the vehicle, but let's say it is. And I don't know if the trade-in's good. Here's what I want to do. I don't want to just tell her kid got ripped off and bring it back, because that is what you need to do. But I want you to call over to a buddy of ours, a show friend, JFR Cars. I want you to call over and tell them exactly what they want. They want whatever year F-150 that is, and tell them what there is for a trade-in, and he's going to get you a better deal and not sell you any of that baloney. How's that?
Oh, I would like that. Thank you. And thank you for my kids. I mean, if they were here, they would be telling you the same thing.
Yeah, tell them don't buy that phony baloney. Do not buy all that crap when you're buying a brand new vehicle. There's no purpose in it. Don't buy it. And listen, every dealer out there, every financing guy is cringing right now. Let me tell you, these guys remind me, a lot of them. I'm not going to say they're all crooked, but these financing guys, it starts with the salespeople out front that used to drive around smoking cigarettes in the golf cart. And then by the time you get the financing, they're selling you stuff they make up in the back. I mean, really, think about it. Key protection? I can go have a locksmith make a key for like $8 or a fob for $100 in front of Sam's Club. They always have them. They want to charge $800 for key protection. And I'll tell you, we had one poor sap. You ready for this, Dimitri?
Yes.
We had one poor sap buy a Harley. I'm not going to say where, because iHeart yelled at me. It was apparently a big national client, but I'll be honest, it was many years ago, and screw them. Here was the deal. This guy came back, from across the world serving this country in the Army. He had basically leave for 2 months, went out and bought a brand new Harley, a Roadster. Is that what they're called, a Roadster? Anybody? Sportster.
I don't
it's
know.
A little one. It was a $12,000 Harley. I think it's a Sportster. You know how much the total was after the mop and glow? Mind-blowing.
On a $12,000 motorcycle?
On a $12,000
I
Harley.
would say they probably loaded up to $15,000 or $16,000.
$26,000. They sold him more mop and glow. I told the guy, I said, you could have bought 2 bikes. No matter what broke, you would have a spare part. You could have bought 2 bikes.
Well, in this case, undoing this deal would be awesome. And Jennifer, why does the dealer want to undo this deal? Did the financing
tell him to run? They probably thought they could sell that camper for a little extra money on the down payments, my guess. But here's the deal. Give her JFR's information, and I am running so far behind. But make sure she gets JFR and Rod's direct number. And someone send Rod an email and tell him to really hook these folks up.
Give me on a $12,000
on a $12,000 Harley. You know they were high-fiving for a month on that one.
They were, Did they undo the deal? Do you remember how?
Okay, we shouldn't be on now because I have lives coming up.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. How I love thee. Brooke can find the money. She's got a nose for finding grant money on commercial solar systems. In fact, a lot of listeners that have like fourplexes or apartment complexes or have exterior garages or non-attached garages that are like a workshop, she has gotten commercial systems and had the entire thing paid for with grant money from Colorado and the feds. You got to check her out when it comes to commercial. But when it comes to home systems, maybe you have one that hasn't worked for a while because the company you used to install it went out of business, or you bought a new house that has it and you need someone to be able to service it, or you need a roof and you need someone to pull the panels off and do it properly. They do all of that, and they do it in-house. Maybe you have an off-grid system. They can do that. Maybe you want to add a battery backup to an existing system or a generator. They can do it all. They can do everything solar, and everything's in-house. Check them out at redrocksrs.com. Great pricing on everything. redrocksrs.com. Excel Roofing. The hail has been horrible. If you're not sure if you have hail damage, please call up Excel. Call them before you call your homeowner's insurance. You don't want it on your clue report if you're not going to have a claim. It looks bad. It rates bad. Call up Excel. These guys work from basically Fort Collins all the way through Colorado Springs, multiple locations, one of the largest roofers in the state. You never pay a cent until you're content. They're great dealing with insurance companies and making sure everything is paid for that insurance company needs. And if you need a roof and you're paying for cash because it's old, these guys can hook you up. They're great people. You know, I mean, just absolutely the most wonderful people. Suzanne and I swear by them. We have used them for years. Martino uses them. XLRoofing.com. I promise you cannot be steered wrong with these guys. XLRoofing.com.
Hey, whatever happened to Art and his watch?
He was a nut.
Yeah.
I don't know. Babe, would you make sure she talks to line 1 and gives the information? Oh, so, okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the show, of course. This shit always happens when I'm doing the show. And I get this call.
What are we doing with line 1?
She needs
referral to JFR.
Yeah, JFR, Rod's number, and
6520638.
yeah, and have her call Rod. And then if we could email Rod, email him and say, hey, we're having Jennifer call you. See what you can do. She's looking for a new F-150. So I'm doing the show, and after the show, you heard the call. I don't got to repeat what it was. He literally sends me all the sales information. It is 100% correct. I'm telling everybody to call these people because I've never seen such a ripoff ever. And it was.
Let me give you Rod Greer's number.
It was unbelievable. So I get a call not even an hour after the show.
Hello?
I'm at home, and I get a call from a very big wig. as big as it gets in Colorado with iHeart.
Yeah.
And he goes, what the hell's going on with dealership?
Yeah.
And I said, well,
Yeah,
this is what's going on. And I literally email him the paperwork. I said they stuck it to him. $14,000 on a $12,000 bike. They sold him stuff like handlebar protection. I mean, literally, I think some of this shit was made up. And I went after him. And he looks at it, he's like, oh, this sucks. He goes, you realize they're one of our biggest national clients. Someone in New York called us, blah, 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 blah. So we want you to go back on and say X and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, how the hell am I going to do that? I mean, there's no way. And they said, well, we're going to get him to refund the guy and take the bike back or refund all the mop and glove. So I forget which. They either let him out of the entire deal or they refunded the mop.
That's great. Wow.
So then I did come back on and say, yeah, they stepped up.
Just hang on. Just hang on for me, and we'll
That
be
was
with
one
you,
out of two.
Once we get back from break.
The second one was a Ford call.
That's his cell. Give me about 10 minutes so I can call and explain why you're calling him, okay?
It's one of the...
Just wait like 10 minutes to call him, and then if you have any questions, send us an email and we'll get right back to you.
It's one of the... I don't mind saying who it was. It was AutoNation.
You're most welcome.
So,
You have a good day, darling.
AutoNation sold this guy an F-350 Super Duty, okay? When he would get up to 60 miles an hour on the highway, the son of a bitch would shake like you've never seen. He sends a video of when it happens.
Hey, Rod, it's Susan Martino.
And I call up AutoNation or have someone call up AutoNation. No. It's even better than that. This guy records a conversation he has with the sales guy about the shaking.
Nice. Good move.
He goes, the sales guy goes, well, if you wanted a fast truck, you would have bought an F-150 Platinum. You bought a diesel Super Duty. It's meant for towing and working. And he already had it looked at a bunch of times, and they couldn't figure out what it was. So I took the video of it shaking, and I took the audio, and I put the audio over it, and I put it up on Facebook of AutoNation telling this guy that it's all the truck's fault, he bought the wrong truck.
Wow.
So Suzanne and I get home, we get in the hot tub, it was our Friday. All of a sudden, my phone's going ding, 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 ding. I'm like, I've never heard anything like it. We were up to 10 million hits on Facebook with my video.
That's awesome.
10 million. It's still up. You can go look at 10 fucking million.
Jeez.
Wow, that's good exposure.
I get a call from someone.
Local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, this hour, my friends, if you don't listen to the show, by the way, on YouTube, you miss so much stuff, I can't even tell you. But Genesis Total Exteriors, I really like Mark. Mark Szymanski, great guy. I don't care if you need a deck. These guys can build a deck. Maybe you need it repaired. They can do it. They can do stucco siding. These guys have been out to our house. They did the exterior paint job 5 years ago. It still looks brand new. Last month, they actually painted our entire inside. They can remodel a bathroom. This guy's got the best crews out there. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Genesis, check them out. They're great, great, great people. Now, where did we leave off, for all goodness sake? Did not speak with them.
What are we doing with Action Appliance?
Oh, Candy, my goodness, the people that threw a box at me. So, did we try to reach out, Kelly, to Action Appliance?
Yes, we did. And I talked with them, and I spoke with a very nice girl.
I wonder if she's the one that threw things at me.
I don't know about that. So the gentleman's name that we have to speak with is actually at lunch.
Okay.
So
he's going to call back?
I left a message, and she said that she'd pass it along, but interestingly enough, she would not disclose his last name.
Yeah, well, that's no big deal, but here's the deal. So we left a message. Kelly left a message, Candy. Let's give them the opportunity to get back to us and see if they're going to do the right thing on this. Because in my opinion, I think they're screwing you. Now, that's just my opinion. That's it.
I agree.
And I'm basing that on The fact that you have the exact same problem 7 days later or 10 days later. And I'm also basing it on the fact that when I went there years ago, they were throwing stuff at me. So I'm basing it on two different things. Make sure we have Candy's information. Kelly, I want you to stay on top of it. What number did you leave? The 303 Martino? I can't hear
actually left both numbers, my own personal number.
Thank you.
And also the 303.
So let's give them a day or so. I mean, even a couple more days, but let's try to get this figured out for Candy. Maybe after all the free publicity they got years ago from me, maybe they'll do something nice for Candy. I don't know. We're going to find out. Don, what is going on, sir?
So I called this morning and left a message concerning the massive recall by GMC.
Okay.
On its 6.2-liter engines, all trucks.
What's going on with it? Give me an idea of what's going on, Don.
So the story is the engine could blow up at any time. All
right, hold on. I want Sheridan Auto Tech on. I want to confirm what Don's saying. I assume he owns one, but I want to get our expert on and see what this recall's about and see how they're dealing with it. Are they replacing the engine? But let's get Kevin Calkin on. Hold tight, Don. So there was nothing I could do on the Ford one. There was nothing. I was like, it's been reposted 10 million times. I mean, there's nothing. The cat's out of the bag, brother. Right. So there was nothing anybody could do. I think the guy ended up getting something.
Yeah, good. Yeah, they fixed it.
But they're like, I was like, what am I going to do? What are you kidding me? It's 10 million people.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's not working real well.
10 million.
Okay.
10 million.
That's really good.
It's amazing what takes.
In fact, watch.
I'll bring in my charger next time also.
Well, hello. We have a caller on that has a question about a GMC truck recall.
Ford Death Wobble?
Yeah, did you find it?
Well, I found several other videos. I found yours.
Let me search. Ford.
Those other two people dropped off.
What's that?
It looks like those other two people dropped off.
Oh, I don't care. I got to talk to Jordan anyhow. I got to find this fucking thing. Ford. Oh, I bet it's not on this
It's
one.
Ashley a Mumford fan, too?
She does like them. She also so we saw John Williams on Sunday. It's like the guy who does the score for Harry Potter and E.T.
cool.
and all that. So she's like big into plays and musical stuff, and so yeah, so she's kind of bigger into that stuff.
You have a well-cultured
Yes,
girl.
yeah, she's
That's
showing me
cool.
some Hamilton, a few other things that I kind of like.
Hamilton was good.
Oh yeah, she was crazy about it. She made me watch it.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
It was really cool. So I wasn't expecting how good it was. It was really, really good though. Yeah, very well cultured.
Babe, how do you search, like, your own Facebook?
Here's, let me show you.
The only thing I'd recommend if people know they're going to go see Hamilton,
Find that one
so
with
listen
10 million.
to
It should be on that
Facebook.
troubleshooter one.
Because some of the stuff is hard to understand.
Oh yeah, it's fast.
But
Dude,
if
I
you
had
already
people
heard it,
calling me
then
wanting
you
to
can
buy
really
the rights.
appreciate
She
it.
made me. She
How
watched.
much?
The,
I don't know
guess
because I just didn't know it because I knew nothing about it.
Oh, good.
I don't know why. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So she made me watch that
I
first.
wonder how much that's worth.
Exactly.
I have no idea. I never even got there.
But it was just really
Never even got there. They weren't
cool
calling me.
take
They were
on-
messaging
on
us
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Just musicals.
Oh, it's- yeah.
Rapping, and it's kind of just.
It's not
really,
on this
really-
page.
Then it's on the referral list.
Right.
She's a huge fan.
Although they kept emailing me saying, hey, we're getting
I know.
video.
I saw that, too. I ignored that stuff.
I did too.
Ugh. Yeah, that was a bad mistake.
I
don't
can't
know.
believe they get rid of something with 10.
Videos.
Right. It's got such a big footprint already.
The problem with this is
There's two of them. One's 500,000, one's 10 million.
I understand that, but we have hundreds of live videos from the show. So I've got to scroll through. I could show you how to search on a PC, but I don't think it's quite as easy.
I'll find it at some point.
Oh, I'll email it to you. I probably can find it.
Yeah, see if you can get on your laptop.
I didn't know he was.
When you see this
You
thing
have Facebook,
shaking is
Dean?
mind blowing.
Dee, do you have Facebook?
I do. I'm on there about once a month, maybe, to get my invitations and stuff.
Okay. Saved, where's videos?
Did you see they pulled that dude's medals away for winning the girls swimming?
Oh, Leah thinks.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Sort by date posted. Sort by most recent.
Or most
viewed.
Death wobble.
There you go.
How many?
She was a big minority woman.
You have two of them.
Yeah, one's like 500,000, one's 10 million.
No, that's on YouTube, not on Facebook.
No, it's definitely Facebook.
All right. Well, it says there's 1,000 views. So.
Then that's a repost. It's definitely Facebook.
No, I don't know. I found it though. I can just send it.
Yeah, but that's not.
It was live.
No, that's a different one. That's a totally different truck, different guy. That was me in the vehicle. This was not me in any vehicle. This was the driver, the caller. That guy couldn't duplicate the death wobble. I remember that. I spent like a half hour in his truck with him going up and down I-25. No.
It's the Jeep Cherokee.
No, it's a F-350. I thought it was on the Troubleshooter one, not referral list, but I could be wrong.
Cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
You have our word will treat you right at Done Right Home Improvements. DRHI.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech. Hey, Kevin, I got a caller I'm going to bring up, Don. Hey, Don, do you have the GMC? Do you have one of these trucks?
I have the 22 version.
So he's telling me the 6.3, Don?
6.2 liter.
6.2 liter GMC, like all of them. They're having massive recalls on the engine. Do you know about this, Kevin?
They're extending warranties. They're doing a lot of different things.
What's going on with them? What's the failure point?
I've seen a couple different things, but I know they're extending warranties upwards of 10 years.
Oh my God!
Problems that they're having.
Hey Don, what is your specific question?
My specific question was one: Can you guys create a webinar / something to display what we need to look out for going through this process? So I received my notice.
Yeah, what did the notice say?
Engine replacement. Well, engine replacement was one of the options.
Well, why wouldn't you do that, Don?
Okay, what happens then to the value of the truck?
Well, I mean, if it's got a brand new engine and yours is a 2022 and it's a crate engine from GMC, I would guess the value of the vehicle goes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, Don. Like, literally, I'm not being facetious there. I mean, Kevin, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and you can say you've already done the recall so that buyer doesn't need to worry about the engine.
Yeah, or you can just sleep tight knowing that your engine's not going to blow up.
Okay. The downside is that GM has not started producing the engines for all the trucks yet.
Got it. Got it. Well, there's not much you're going to do there. I mean, as soon as they start producing them, the way you made it sound and the way Kevin's talking about it, oh my God, how many vehicles are involved in this recall? How many? Do you guys know? I mean, are we talking?
You're thinking about 500,000-600,000 vehicles.
Oh my God, almost more than 500,000 vehicles. It's going to take them a little bit to make that many engines.
Yep. They all go through this. Toyota went through it, and they finally are starting to deliver motors for some of their recalls too. So
this just happens. I mean, it's just a design flaw. I mean, for sure.
There's an internal failure, they're saying, from an outside source or something. They're not, but yeah, the engines fail prematurely.
Yeah, Don, I'd get on the list and then just hope you don't have to suffer with any issues up until, and if something does happen to yours and they don't have an engine, I would assume you can probably get a loaner vehicle or something.
Okay.
But yeah, man, hey, great. I'm glad everybody out there. So you guys are saying anybody with a 6.2 GMC, does Chevy do trucks too?
Escalades, it's in a few different vehicles, and there's certain years and VIN numbers and everything else. They don't all get it, but yeah, definitely look out for it.
Hey, Mike, what do you know about this? He's got a comment on this issue.
Mark, there are two very good YouTube channels that have covered this extensively. One of them is Rain Man Ray's Repairs, because he's a GM fanboy. And the other one is Dave's Auto Center. They got a core in where the engine exploded after 14 miles.
Oh, my God.
And
I saw that video.
Apparently what they're doing is running a borescope into the motor to figure out if there's any damage. If not, they change the oil viscosity to a 0W40, which doubles the bill for your oil change and extend your warranty and send you out the door. But they expect to replace 1 million engines under this recall, and they have none, and they do not have a supplier, so they don't know where they're going to come from.
That is mind-blowing, Mike. That's great info. Don, did you get those too? Go check out those YouTubes.
Okay. So if they increase the viscosity of the oil, that is a temporary fix.
No, they're saying that would be a permanent fix, but they're going to extend your warranty to make you feel better.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a permanent fix. That seems like a big screw-up they should have caught. I mean, one with 14 miles on it is just mind-blowing. Hey, Kevin Calkin, I appreciate it. We'll see you, 4th of July is Friday. But that's Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, one of the best guys out there. SheridanAutoTech.com. Thanks, got a break.
Now,
okay. What's your name? All right, Edward, hang on for me. And you're talking about the GMC? Okay, hang on for me.
I guess I got work to do here. Who do we got? Fuller, Art of Granite. CMJ. TheArtofGranite.com. You want the most beautiful new granite or quartz or marble countertops. These are the people you call. In fact, Mitch will even give you a estimate right over the phone. You just take a few pictures, maybe a couple measurements. You'll have an idea how much that beautiful new kitchen's going to cost. They also have a line of cabinets if you don't want to use your existing ones. They do it all, and they don't charge for the slates. In other words, you get to use their wholesale account to buy the stone.
Are you there?
And all they charge for is the installation and the fabrication. You're going to love them. Susanna and I have used them so many times in our house for our kitchen and bathrooms. TheArtofGranite.com. That's TheArtofGranite.com. CMG, we have been dealing with these guys for years and years. They're the direct lender. No middlemen involved. In fact, CMG, they loan out more than $2 billion, that's with a B, dollars a month. this is where the other lenders go to actually get the money for your new house or for your cash refi or for your reverse mortgage. They are the lender. Don't be fooled by all the middlemen out there that advertise heavily. Call John Clace with CMG. They operate in every single state in this country. 303-882-6679. The best prices on reverse mortgages, and they have that all-in-one loan as well. 303-882-6679. John Fuller Law. Here's an attorney that if you've been hurt in a car wreck can help you get every single nickel of insurance money the at-fault driver has. In fact, he's done it for us twice, for Suzanne and I. One time we got T-boned, he got us every penny she had in insurance. Then our daughter got rear-ended on I-25, same exact thing. You want an attorney that can maximize the case. You want an attorney you can talk to. In fact, John, when you hire him, you get his cell phone number. You can call him all the time. He's got a great team, but you can deal directly with John. 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500.
So I guess in California there was a huge explosion. 7 people are missing because fireworks in storage.
Oh my
Miles
God.
says it's all over the news. It's his Xbox friend Cy that he's been friends with for years. It's his uncle and cousin's property.
On Monday,
probably
so
going
I
to jail
wanted to
for
see
it.
what your schedule was like at 10 a.m.
Pretty good, buddy. You?
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm here.
Oh, I just saw the video.
Here it is. Skip ad.
Oh my
Here's skip ad. Oh, look at this. Look, Mark.
Holy shit.
But okay,
It started
I
a
think you're on
wildfire?
right when you open
I
lines
don't
at 10.
know if it started.
That's what
Miles,
I'm
it's
gonna
just
try
I'm
to do.
just learning
Miles,
about it.
No, I'm
so
gonna call
he
you
knows the
once
kid
I get
from
Marco on.
Xbox.
Cy, he's been playing Xbox for years with his uncle and cousin.
Yeah, no
owned
problem.
this
Thank you.
storage
Oh my
and had
God.
all
Me
of
too.
these.
And
Now there's like
fireworks are
7
highly
people
illegal there.
missing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That's
So
it's on the New York Times,
Tom
but it's
Martino
not on
show.
Fox News yet.
That's
It's
crazy.
not on Apple News either.
Yeah, it's not on there. That's crazy, but it is on New York Times. 7 missing after fireworks warehouse
That's
explodes in
terrible.
Northern
Wow.
Cali.
What a terrible way to go to jail for that. You know, that's-
7 people remain
sorry.
unaccounted for.
I can barely
They're probably
hear you.
toast.
Or talking.
Oh, it started. A fire broke out in the warehouse last night. The fire triggered an enormous pyrotechnics display
Well,
along
bet.
with flames and
Sounds like a
smoke.
vacuum. Why don't you call
Oh,
me
wait.
back
So
on
they
an
might have been
additional
legal
line?
fireworks.
Because we're almost ready to end the show. So if you want to call back,
Storage, no, that's terrible.
He says the fireworks warehouse was owned by an active pyrotechnic license holder, so that must be Cy's uncle or cousin.
Wow.
that
That's
was
crazy.
a sales call anyway.
Holy moly.
Okay, do you want me to tell Kelly to line Ed up so you can smoochy on Jordan? Okay. Oh, it's a comment on GMC issue.
Yeah, I'm just.
You're just going to skip it? All right. Okay.
That was easy.
Miles says they've been keeping explosives and fireworks in there since the 70s. Sounds like there's $10 million in damages.
Holy crap.
Woo!
Diddy. We'll have Brianna Morello for that and more on The Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
303-713-8255. Jordan Keano, I want to talk about your product. We talked to your dad in the second hour. Here's the deal, man. I love this annuity. I'm just going to tell everybody out there why I personally like it. The 15% bonus. If you buy an annuity, did you crunch numbers for Deputy D?
Yeah, I did that, and as well as the example you asked for.
Okay, let's go to the example I asked for. So someone buys an annuity for $250,000.
Yep, 40 years old.
40 years old. So someone at 40 buys one for $250,000. Then they retire at what age?
Let's just say nowadays 70, 68, somewhere in that range. And we're talking about $120,000 a year.
So they're going to have $120,000 a year
for the rest of their life.
For the rest of their life. So think about that. You make up the principal you paid. Now, granted, it's a lot of time, but you make up the principal you paid in 2.5 years.
Oh, yes.
If that person lives to be 100, that return on investment is insane.
It's insane.
And we all know it. Everybody's living longer. And here's the part I like. If something happens to that individual, they're getting $120,000 a year for the rest of their life. And if they can't cook for themselves and can't clean, what happens?
It doubles close to $240,000. So $240,000.
The long-term care benefits of these annuities are better than the insurance you can buy for long-term care. The insurance they have out there now is either highly expensive, unaffordable, because people that are looking for it generally have issues, so you can't even buy it. But if you do get it through your work when you're younger, chances are it barely covers anything.
That's right. And this is something that's very common. Somebody who's 40 years old could have maybe changed positions in a career path, could have done that. So any money that's left with a 401k, IRA, orphan 401ks, this is the opportunity.
And you can convert it without any tax ramifications.
Roll it over, no tax ramifications, get that 15% bonus, and get yourself diversified. You got income for life.
Yeah, you never want to just put all your eggs in one basket. We say that all the time, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but truly you don't. But to have that kind of guaranteed money, $120,000 a year, when you're 70 years old till the day you die, is unbelievable.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead,
Is there a cost of living increase?
Great question. That is something that you've been a part of, and they have those options on there.
So it costs a little more.
It costs a little bit more.
And listen to this, people. When you buy something for like $250,000 or $100,000, let's take a nice round number. You buy an annuity right now. Say you're 30 years old or 40 or have that orphan 401k. $100,000, you immediately get a 15% bonus. Immediately. So you're starting day one. You roll over that orphan 401k. You make $15,000 day one.
Day one. And this could be, again, orphan 401ks, could be real estate. If you have equity in homes, just have some money work for you.
You can borrow from it. You can loan against it.
Mm-hmm.
It's your money.
You got to have that COLA.
Yes.
Because if you're 30 years old, 40 years from now.
Oh, big time.
The 120 may be worth $30,000.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course. So you have the cost of living increase.
So you get that COLA, which is a smart thing to do.
So let me ask you this part on it. So you have the cost of living increase. Does it truly keep up with the cost of living? How do they measure it?
Yeah, it does. They use it pretty much to the guidelines of what's going on in the market. Like Social Security, in a sense, should have a really cost of living increase, but it doesn't. It's for people who have to postpone it.
Now, this part will blow everybody away listening. You go, how much is an annuity like that? How much in fees?
Great question.
People love fees.
That's right. Ones out there are tremendously expensive. What we're talking about is 0.1%. So we're talking about 0.10 is the fee per year, not a month. That's 0.1% every year.
You know, we were running crazy stuff on our weekend show one time. And I think you took like a 20-year-old, maybe it was 22 years old, I forget. And we said, if the grandmother or someone bought a $10,000 annuity for her grandkid that was 20, and this kid retires, at that point, hell, we might live to 150. I don't know. I mean, seriously, I have no idea. If you look at how long we lived 100 years ago, it was half of what we do now. So regardless of what it was, we crunched the number that the kid would retire at 75 or 80. The kid was making like $700,000 a year till the day he died off of $10,000 when he was 20.
It's the beauty of time. You know, when you have money set aside and you let it compound over years, it can do wonders.
Here's what I love about Joe and Jordan. I've known these guys forever. Listen, annuity products aren't new. There's crappy ones out there. Joe's a fiduciary. They'd never steer you wrong. I trust these guys. But you call up and you ask the numbers. You tell them your predicament you're in. Say, hey, I'm 70 and I'm getting to retire. How about if I got an annuity and immediately start taking money? Or I'm 40 and I'm just starting to think of retiring. Or I do have this orphan 401k. Or how about if I only have $50,000 and I'm 30? What does that look like? Have them crunch the numbers. That's the best way to do it. That is the way to do it, and it's guaranteed money. You cannot lose it. And yes, if you die before you start taking it, or even when you do start taking it, every cent that account has goes to your offspring, goes to your beneficiary. Give these guys a call, 303-779-6600. I promise it's a great phone call to make. They come in once a month with us. Joe and Jordan, thanks for coming in. 303-779-6600. MyMoneyMyWay.com. Now, we've got a lot cooking again tomorrow. We're going to be right here solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
You know, I tell everyone about my quiet, cool, whole house fan from QC, Colorado, because I want them to save on AC up to 90%. That alone will pay for it in no time. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Let's talk about even more benefits, like clearing out indoor pollution quietly, efficiently, sleep in total comfort, all wirelessly controlled. QCColorado.com. 303-800-3419.
Attention all patriots and gun enthusiasts. This 4th of July, celebrate your freedom with the biggest sale of the year at Triple J Armory. From July 3rd to July 7th, we're honoring America with incredible deals that'll make you stand tall and proud. Load up on savings with discounts on rifles, shotguns, handguns, and more. Triple J Armory, where freedom and firepower come together. Locations in Littleton and Colorado Springs, or online at triplejarmory.com. Remember, this 4th of July, aim high and shoot straight with Triple J Armory.
First caller, Wayne from Osaka, Japan.
Dan Kaplis.
Hey, what time is it there right now?
Right now, it is 20 minutes to 10 in the morning. Wow. And my wife and I listen to you every day. You have the best program. I mean, you really nail it, and I really appreciate what you have to say, and God bless you.
The Dan Kaplis Show. Weekday afternoons at 4.
You just made my year, my friend.
Little did you know, Dan, you just became Japan's favorite morning show.
On 630 KHOW.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on the free iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. Jurors returned a split verdict in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs, acquitting him on the most serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. But the jury found Combs guilty of prostitution-related charges. ABC's Aaron Katursky is in Lower Manhattan.
All Sean Combs has been convicted of here is transportation for the purposes of prostitution. And those did seem to be the most evident crimes that Sean Combs committed. We heard testimony from the male escorts. The jury heard about the cash that they were paid, and as prosecutors told them, they were not in those hotel rooms for scintillating conversation.
Combs faces up to 20 years in prison. Combs' attorneys now trying to get a bail hearing set for later this afternoon. Legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer on his chances of going free.
I do not believe he's a risk to not come back to court. I think if anything, he is elated.
Combs' family, after the verdict, say they're happy. This is ABC News. In Texas, authorities say a child has died after being left inside a hot car.
On Tuesday, an employee at an industrial facility near Houston pulled onto the gated parking lot, walked in, and began her workday. Her 9-year-old daughter was still in the car.
The mother knew and left her in the vehicle with some water, a window partially lowered, and went to work.
With an outside temperature in the mid-90s.